morning, everyone. I'm really very sorry I came in late because I have a very bad blood pressure status. I am a hypertensive person, and my doctor said I will not push through with this, but it is a commitment, so I am here. Okay, so I just have to rest 30 minutes before coming here to subside my blood pressure down to 130, which is my ideal blood pressure. I'm really very glad that I was given an opportunity to accept and then to be with you this morning. It is very overwhelming that a lot of international companies are already investing in Iloilo because of the economic arena of Iloilo is so wide and so inspiring and a little bit, what do you call this, progressive. And by 2020, all the blueprint that has been indicated in the economic map of Iloilo will be finally be achieved, just like the completion of Mega World, and then the completion of Ayala, and then the opening of another big estate of the Villar family. So which means that that is additional 10,000 jobs for newly or for graduates on the 2020. Now I have noticed, as I am seeing you coming in, I have noticed that all of you belongs to the very young generation. And I think ang iban sa inyo belongs to the millennial generation. And if there is one thing, you have to listen to this. If there is one thing all my clients right now in the whole Philippines is concerned about is they have a very big percentage of millennial employees in the company. And you know, banda ko, kaintindi ka mo, nakabalo ka mo kung anong overall characteristics ng mga millennial na mga workers. They don't stay in the job long, and they do not have the sense of loyalty. That is the common denomination of the millennial generation. Why? Because they are not contented of what they receive, and they are not contented with what they feel, and they are not contented with what they achieve in the company. That is the general denomination, and it is not my opinion, and it is the opinion of the overall research of Hayes Research Company in Europe. So which means that if you belong to that generation, I just hope that you have a unique understanding of your commitment when you employ in a company just like Luxman. You are very fortunate. You know why? There are a lot of fresh graduates outside this building waiting for you to resign so that they can come in and give their best to the company. Because I understand that the psyche and the mindset of the young generation right now is so complicated. They have so much needs. Sometimes they cannot meet their needs, so they go somewhere else, and then they ended up coming back to where they belong. You go to UK, you work there as a household person, and then you are not happy there, you don't like your employee, you come back to Iloilo, and then you ended up working as cashier of SMCT and Robinsons. So we have to identify exactly what you want to happen in your professional career. Let us identify exactly how you feel about each other. Let us exactly feel how and understand how you feel about Luxman. If you are not happy with Luxman, I have here with me one bunch of resignation letters, prototype. You can ask me one copy. And I have here one bunch of files of pledge of commitment that you're going to stay because you want to learn, you want to experience, you want to expand your network, you want to give the best of what you can in Luxman. I tell you, if you are not happy and you keep on embarrassing yourself in your productivity level, you keep on fighting with your co-employees, you don't feel like going to your office because you are tired, you don't like, you have so many work to do, then I think it's a signal for all of you to keep a closer look of what you really want in this company. Okay, now, I mentioned mentioned and I chose employee engagement because for me, this is the issue of all companies in the world. Yesterday, I am at Blue Jay Coffee Shop because I am their training consultant for 2 years already, and they also have a problem with the very, very fast turnover of their employees. 6 months probationary period, but they resign on the 3rd month. They don't care about the breach of contract. Ang millennials, bala, amo diya, gusto ma-resign lang, di ka po yun. Amo na ang ba nila. Di masin po sa kaan pa panungungon, may ma-breach of contract. Why kuya labot? See? How can you manage an employee who answers you that way? Di ba kagit niya may mo? So ano sa isang Blue Jay? Mabayad sila sa abogado nila, acceptance fee, 50,000, ipadalagan nilang kaso, breach of contract, wala inubayad ang kliyente, kay mahalinta na. Tapos magasto pag ang Blue Jay sa proceedings para ipakaso siya sa breach of contract, nagapalang Blue Jay, babayin na lang. So hire na maliwat, pagka-hire na maliwat, another 6 months probationary period, ma-resign naman sa second week, sa second month. As a training consultant, how am I going to stop and at least delay the very fast turnover of employees in a company? Gali po ulo ko. Sini ko doon nag-umpisa mag-uubra sa akong trabaho. Gawin mo po yung ka-resign niya na 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, or even 1 year. Ang pinaka-late o kung ang pinaka-laba kung ang tinir sa isang company is 8 years. And then I look for another job, basta wala ko tinir na more than 7 years if I am no longer happy. It's because of my personal engagement to my employer, and I owe that to them. If you're already inside, my dear, bring out the best in your professional work, bring out the best in your attitude. Because I tell you, if you don't like it and then you transfer to another company, the problem and the things that you don't like in Luxman will be the same problem that you will be meeting in your next employee or in your next employer. I tell you. Ano mo subok, resign ka mo, kadto naman kami to sa SKI, kundi ito, the same problem na, kung ano na problema niyo, kung ano na ano niyo. So you might as well establish your niche and establish your benchmark, because if you will be able to master all the technical skills that you have in your respective personality or persona, I tell you, you can name your price when you reach the certain age nga mapatihan na gid kamo sa mga kliyente ninyo. Okay? So, let me ask you this question. Is it moving? Is it open? Okay. Is it moving? Paano lang? Okay. Let me ask you this question. What are your ways of working at Luxman? Do you always feel anxious? Do you always feel tired? Do you always feel irritated? Do you always feel very, very, what do you call this? Hindi na maintindihan yung personalidad. Pugbo ko na nang sagwa ng may muko. Dudalong pinsa mo, di maintindihan kung ano lugay-lugay matapusin mo. Sigaw tibot-tibot na babaong parang sa tanan. Or, your ways of working is friendly, customer-based, you are happy, you are contented for a while, or you feel okay with what you're doing, you feel fine with the things that you're supposed to accomplish towards the end of the day, or you are so enthusiastic, gregarious, like you are so motivated, you are so inspired. Pili ka mo, where are you in this situation? Do you belong in this scenario that you are always frowning, you are always angry, you are always what do you call this? Uneasy, insensitive, and you don't care at all? Or you belong to this area where you just feel good about anything? I tell you, you cannot give love, you cannot give respect, you cannot give care to the person around you if you do not have it in your heart. I tell you, you cannot give hard work if you do not have that in your heart. You cannot give loyalty if you yourself do not understand the word loyalty in your heart. Okay? So, ang una nagalibog itong ulo ko, nga ang ka sa pagkadamo sa mga empleyado sa Pilipinas, nga ang kadasig-dasig sa turnover. The only thing na reason nila is hindi na kuya kaagwanta sa opisina. Isa ito to, kaya mo nagyapon sa bat mo, hindi man ko gyapon kaagwanta. Sa iyo magito, hindi nagid ako kaagwanta. Basta mapatay na lang sa stress, eh, hindi ka kaintindi kung ano na batyagan mo. Okay? Now, we move on. Now, what are your goals exactly? What exactly you want to do in your life? Do you expect or do you intend to develop your cognitive skills? Cognitive, dili sa ulo. Your affective skills, dili sa inyong heart. Ang technical skills niyo, ari sa inyong mga kamot. If you are filled and you are so rich with cognitive values because engineer ka, industrial engineer ka, civil engineer ka, HR ka, guidance ka, psychometrist, psychometrician, and all, then you are actually very, very knowledgeable in your cognitive abilities. But how about your affective abilities? Can you interact? Can you socialize? Can you sensitize? Can you adjust? Can you feel? Do you feel resilient about things in the office? Okay. Now, on the technical side, I know that Luxman is working so hard to bring out the best of all of these people. Of course, they will not be successful without your support. You are the backbone of the operation. And if you will not function very well, it will be very difficult for Luxman to maintain the operation. My dear, I tell you, if you have your own business in the future, listen to this, and I want you to embrace this in your minds and in your heart. Kung mag-establish mo sa inyong kaugalingon ng mga negosyo later on, if the company hired the wrong people, the company will be experiencing a disaster as they go along with the operation. Balaan ko, dili iban sa inyo, nag-ubra ng dili ibangod, gusto nyo lang yung may kwarta, kung may sweldo ka mo towards the end of the month. Amo na nga wala ako yung naging playo, kaya hindi ko yung kauyon, subuon, kaya hindi ko yung kauyon, nga ginaakigan ako. So kung ara ang imo nga mindset subong sa opisina, wa ay ka sa iban mahimo, kundi kung may akig, kung may komentar, you just have to face it head on. Kaya wala ka sa may nahimo. Kung hindi mo gusto sa wayon, establish ka sa imong kaugalingon ng opisina, tapos problema mo. Okay? If you are employed in a company, you have to understand that you are under their management and operational procedure, and you are not supposed, and you do not have any pang of business bala nga i-question mo kung nga ang ginapasugod ka mo on time, nga ginahatagan ka mo memo, nga ang ginasita ka mo kung gahod, nga ang ginasita ka mo kung galinakta mga baso ang kape din sa pantry, nga ano ka mo magdinalagan diri kay ang lami ang inyong sa loob daw, hindi intindihan pati on dito sa may general una iyan po sa tiil ko diyo. Hindi kinahanglan mo maglakat mo diri kundi siyempre daw medyo graceful ng panglakad niyo, hindi ka ginagato kay naman sa dalom. Okay? So all of these things, kung lagi ka mo yaga may mahimo, ang importante ng disubong is you know who you are as an employee. Now let us discover ourselves because this is actually the road going to a better you. I don't want you to leave this room without fully understanding your full capacity as an employee. Okay? Ang akon nga mga tinawo sa bangko, because I work in bangko. I am a communications director of one of the biggest manufacturing company of cosmetics in Bangkok. My boss is one of the richest businessman in Ramkhamhaeng. And ang ano siya daw, ang lineage niya is daw pa rin, hindi siya sang king, pero daw third generation na siya. But just the same, they still get the same power, attention that the first family of Bangkok is receiving. So imagine bala, I face generals, I face prime minister, pulupod na ko sa boss ko, sunod-sunod na ko yan. Ay, maskin ka, ako lang niyang matingkas ang kape sa boss ko, maskin ako kaya matrapos ang iyang BMW sa garahe. Dapat nilimpyo ko kung Domingo mong sa iyang BMW, ginatrapuan ko kaya exercise. Wala ko yung lapot siya kaya enjoy ako yan sa opportunities na ginhatag sa akin sa Bangkok. Sometimes, my boss in Bangkok would tell me, yeah, you don't have brain. Ikadlaw lang ko sa tao, wala brain na, may brain ko yaya. Mo ganing i-hire mo this bangko, kay may brain ko ya. Ang tawag mo wala brain. So kung seryoso ko na, ay dugay-dugay, nagpapulit-pulit ko. I've been there since 2014 up to now. Now, it's all about commitment and it's all about personal decision that I will hurdle whatever domestic concerns in the office. Pero ang problem din sa isang opisina is, okay, can you transfer to another template? Okay, now let us try to identify what exactly are your goals, okay? Now, what is the goal that you want to achieve? Who is undertaking it? And where will the goal be achieved? Okay, sir, anong goal mo sa Luxman?
Now, I'm the team leader, but also to be more high position in the future.
Okay, ano yung goal sa Luxman?
To gain more experience because I'm a fresh graduate.
Di ko mag-gain mo na tanong ng experience, mag-resign ka na.
Depende kung happy
Ano ba yung plano ko mag-resign?
or happy ka.
Kung happy ka, mapabilib ka.
Yes.
Mapilma ka na? Okay. Ano yung goal?
Experience.
As in, ano ba
May
sa
contract
baga?
naman ako.
Pero abin mo, ma-end contract ka, pero kung namian ng Luxman, i-rehire ka nila.
Hindi.
Okay. Sasha. Ano yung goal?
Experience.
Fresh graduate ka man? Ano nga kurso?
Computer engineering.
Sa din na school?
Sa
Lisensyado ka hindi? What is your goal?
experience.
Goal.
Hindi ko tayo Luxman until yata.
Goal.
Very hard experience.
What is your goal?
Pag-ugay sa Luxman.
Goal.
Experience.
Goal.
Millionaire.
Dahil mo na yan. Goal.
Be successful.
Very good. Goal. Goal. Hindi mag-upya. Pagula ko na kami sa kaya na magkaya ka. Okay. Ikaw.
Observe the attitude of others.
Ano?
Observing the attitude of others.
Ang goal mo, ma-observe sa attitude sa
To be a successful civil engineer.
To be a successful civil engineer. Only one person hit the question. And she is the one. She wants to be a millionaire. Why did you answer me? You employ that Luxman because you want an experience. It is not a good answer if you employ to another company when you resign at Luxman. I think you have to have session with me in interviewing techniques when you employ in another company. Your answers must be specific. While it is true that you said experience, but it is a very clear indication that you have plans of leaving the company anytime you want. There is only one trigger that would tell you to resign, and I think nobody can control you that. Okay? Now let us see if you can survive to the next company that you will be employed in. Okay? So all your plans, my dear, how are you going to measure the success of the goal? Paano mo i-measure ang success mo kung gusto mo mag-milyonarya?
Sorry?
Anong imuon mo para ang imong plano ka mag-milyonarya, ma-measure mo kung dito hasta kung saan ko ka mag-milyonarya? Anong planuon mo?
Step by step.
Okay, step-by-step plan. Tapos sa step-by-step plan mo, ano tabo?
Implementation.
Tapos sa implementation mo,
Bibili na ako.
mag-milyonarya ka na. Very good. Okay. How are you going to measure your plans sa inyong mga buhay? Ano yung muon mo? Wala kayong muon?
Trabaho, training.
Ha?
I-put by heart.
Okay. Your answers are correct. You put yourself, or you put your heart into what you're doing, master the technical skills that you can get at Luxman. You do the implementation, you do the planning, you organize, and then you'll be a millionaire. Measurable, you can actually identify the things that you are supposed to do to hit your target. Okay. Kinahanglan ang tanan ninyong mga plano sa pangabuhay ninyo is achievable or attainable. Is your goal feasible? Do you think pamilyonarya ka sa Luxman?
No.
Oh. So paano na nimo karon matugma dito sa imong nga plano nga dapat may plano ka diri to to improve your technical, professional skills. Hindi ka magpamilyonarya sa Luxman. What is your plan after that? Kaysa dili sa achievable, hindi mo na siya ma-meet.
For now.
Okay, for now. So if you will be given an opportunity to work in UK, you will grab the opportunity. Okay, what factors might prevent you from achieving it? Reframing your goal for success. What factors might prevent you from getting millionaire and successful in your career? Ano mga factors? Ano nga mga factors ang pwede makahinder sa iyong mga plano na maging successful sa pilakadlaw? Ano ang palagay niyo?
Hard work.
Ha?
Wala.
Wala sang what do you call this? Factors na maka-prevent you from achieving it?
Wala.
Sakit
Wala
na.
akong gusto. Sakit lang.
Okay, ikaw, hindi ka na.
Okay, kapatay ka pinigak ba dayon? What else? Okay, that's correct. You have to be very consistent with your dreams. Because if you want to be considered as a technical person in the future, you have to nurture your technical capacity. Okay? Now, for example, you want to be a doctor. You have spent so much to be a good doctor in Iloilo. So what you're going to do is, you make friends, you establish network, you go to different organizations and then establish your friendship with your probable clients, and then you tell them that this is my job, I am an anesthesiologist, and I will do all the things that I need to do to accomplish and give you the best service I can. Pero kung magpaymuko ka lang diri and then you keep on transferring from one company to another, you will not be able to establish your full competence. Kaya saylo-saylo ka lang from one area to another. If you want to be an engineer, then be the best engineer of Luxman because that would be your best criterion for the next job you will be in. Ang imo experience, ang imo expertise, amo man na ang maghambal sa imo personalidad sa next mga job. Amo niyo pamangkot kung mag-interviewing techniques kami sa Teletech because I am their consultant in hiring and screening. Ang pamangkot ko usually sa client is, why did you resign from TSKI after 3 months of being with the company? Tapos nasabat siya na, hindi na ko yung happy. Palaway sa management. Wala na yung damo kang muna yung pagdambal ng kalaway sa management. We will call you, do not call us. Among pala nasabat mo, hindi ka na yung pag-consider. Nga ano yung bakon mo yung company, ang previous company mo, and then why are you going to tell the interviewee that you are not happy and you don't learn anything? So which means that you will be doing the same thing with Teletech if you want to transfer to performance or you want to transfer to I-Core. So that would be the same cycle that you are going to establish as a person. So my dear, it is always dignity and integrity that you are supposed to nurture in your first job. If I may call, sino gani ang owner sang Alibaba? Jack Ma. Okay. Jack Ma is one of the best and ideal person who rose from rags to riches. He really didn't expect that Alibaba would be something very, very impressive in the business arena. Si Lini Jack Ma, at the age of 19 to 25, you have to employ in a starting company and then nurture all the best expertise that you can nurture within you. So dira ka ma-establish sa imong niche. Pagkatapos, ang niya, dira ang time na ma-feel mo kung diin ka na makadto ma-feel. From 25 years old to 30 years old, you have to be in a company that is already considered very, very stable. Hindi ba makuto? Kag sige-sige lang ang lagan sa ilang business, kag ang management, kag operation consistent. So dira, may establishar mo na you are already good in that. 30 to 35, you have to have your own car, you have to have your own house, you have to have a big sum of money in the bank and your savings, and dapat mayara ka ng mga investment. Muna ba na 35? 35 to 40, you are enjoying and reaping all the investments that you have established during that time. And then at the age of 50, all of us should resign and retire and then enjoy the things that you have incurred for the whole 30 years. So, kung ako nang laban sa bumbot, silingon, pubri-pubri, kita sa bungin. Pubri, maski ako, I consider myself poor because I have my car at the age of 35, I have my house at the age of 40, And then I have my other investment at the age of 50. So which means that I am a very, very late bloomer. So kung inyo, you belong to the young generation, you have bright minds, you have bright ideas, I think it's about time that you have to nurture that capacity that I am telling you and then start from there. At the age of 30, you have to have your own car and you have to have your own house. How you're going to go about with it, you have to be very specific, you have to have a measurable dreams, you have to have a measurable steps in achieving your dreams, achievable ang imong mga plano, relevant sa imong mga buhi, relevant sa imong professional expertise, and at the same time bound. At the age of 40, I will be a millionaire. Okay? That's it. Okay, hit it. Next, please. Now, we spend a great time at work by 7.6 hours every day. Ara kita daya sa iyang calculation, 7.6 hours every day. Now, let me see if how many percent are really working so hard and engaged in their work. Based on the Bureau of Labor Statistics, 63% of the employees worldwide, including you, 63% of you are not engaged at work. So which means you just do your biometrics, you sit down there, you do some profiling of your work, you do some typing job, you write, then you talk, you coordinate, that's it. So but at the same time, your mind is out of the office. You are not so concentrated and focused on what you're doing. And then 24% were actively disengaged. Magwa ko anay, hindi ka makadto, mga PSM, ano to? Bakal ng paper. Pero ang bakal ng pen paper, 5 oras, tigalibot-libot pa siya, libot-libot pa siya, tiganan siya, nakagwa na siya nga daan. May araw sa opisina sa gobyerno. Alas 10, mga pe. Alas 11, mga tindahan. Mabakalaswa, isda, baboy, langka, and all. Pagka 11:30, mapulis sa balay, maluto. Pagkaluto sa balay, balik sa eskwelahan sa bata niya sa sentral. Wow, ng bata sa sentral, dalawang sa balay. After bringing the child at home, manyaga alas 12. Pagka alauna, balik sa opisina, time in. Pagka time in naman pagkahapon, basa-basa newspaper, inom kape, gwa-sagwa, panigalilyo. Pagka alas 3, pulit sa balay, sugatan ng bata, dulong sa balay. Alin sa balay, balik naman sa opisina, basa-basa, sulat-sulat, type. Dugay-dugay, gwa naman siya, pangape, panigalilyo. Tapos panigalilyo, pagka alas 4:59, dira na nasa biometrics, dobulat, gwa na naman siya. Is that productive? That is habitual everyday nga ginaobra sa empleyado sa gobyerno iban. Tsaka na, they go out, fetch their kids, go home, cook, and then cook, clean, damugan baboy, balik sa opisina, biometrics, and then kape, sigarilyo, and all. So 24% of all of these people were actively disengaged. They are receiving salary, but they just sit down and do whatever is expected of them in that particular hour. Okay, 13%, only 13% of employees in the world are engaged in their workplace. Imagine, sa bilog ng kalibutan, 13% lang din ang baka-baka obra pag nag-hit sa ilang mga targets. So what waste of time and resources would be very, very evident if this is the small percentage of people are really engaging in their work. Okay, next please. Now, it showed that our highly engaged employees are 50% more likely to exceed their performance targets. So, ang pila to gamay na porsyento, they will be able to exceed their goals by 50% because they are so dedicated, resilient, and then so engrossed with what they are doing. And I think for you to be successful, you have to start from there. You have to be dedicated. You have to give your heart to what you are supposed to accomplish and do. Okay, next please. Now, there are a lot of reasons why productivity level is compromised. There are a lot of reasons why relationship in a company is compromised. There are a lot of reasons why you cannot get along with your other co-employees, and there are reasons why you are so problematic in the office. Please check if you belong to this type of personality. May anak nga mga tao, ikaw nga masugalaw sa imong mga palibot, kag sa imong mga community nga pilosopo. Mapatog saya, feeling mo isog-isog siya nakabalugid sa tanan, pero actually wala ka sa may mahimo. Very pigado ka ng iyang skills. So paano mo i-handle? Now, tanawag ta kung ikaw belong sa sining personalidad, kaya palakpakan mo ikaw. Are you a narcissist? A narcissist is a person who is always all about me. Ako lang ya, ako ya. Kau ya pre, ya pre. Kau ya, ako ya pre. Amo ko na ya pre mo. Mala mo pre, kung di mo ko yung pag-intindihan yan, nobody will understand ya pre. Ako yan namin ya. Kung sagad kung why ko yan na, wala ko yan tapos ya. Kung wala ko yan ya, wala ko yan nasulbar ya. Okay, you are someone who has a very inflated sense of own importance. Thank you, congratulations. Someone who crave constant attention and praise. Ikaw na, self-absorbed and lack of capacity for empathy. Wait, di mo yan, wait, labot. Ako na nung pumatsyag. Kumuwi, ang gaday, wait, labot. Amo na yung narcissist. Budlay mag-asawa, budlay magpamana, sang tao nga narcissist. Hindi ka na lang mamana, gamsa na lang. Okay. Pag-uala na ng mga wali niyo, if you are just meeting and marrying a person who is a narcissist. Pero kalabanan ng narcissist, lalaki. A big percentage of narcissists are men. Because women are more a little bit quiet, not unless na buwak gid man mo yung yaya, buwak mo yung suya, buwak mo tanan na klase sa mga boy mo buwak klase bayad ikaw ya belong naman sa narcissist sa big percentage ng lalaki nga nagbilong sa sina. Okay, narcissists are extremely sensitive to criticism of its. Every time you criticize, pakikakigid na siya. Pero siya ba criticize, gararagas na rabog laway niya sang suya, hindi siya kauyon, siya lang pinakanami. Ang mga narcissist, pero siya ba suya bantayan na kada sagda, nagpatida na tanawang, hindi ko magbulit-bulit sa sagwa. Manang iya. Okay. What's a good role for a narcissist? Sino da sa inyo ang muni? They do well in positions of power. Ako bala! Sunod ka mo. Okay. Because they take that power very seriously. Feeling nila, okay, sidekick kung Duterte. Malalaman mo. Sidekick kung Duterte. Yeah, okay. They value it highly. Hindi naman feel nila yan. I'm narcissist. Ako yung leader na pinakanamit-namit sa dyan. Often they work very hard in those roles. Pangabudlayan din nila sa pakon. Pangabudlayan din nila pamatian. Pangabudlayan din nila i-consider mo tanan niya nga ginahambal. Now, my dear, narcissists are running the world. That is why it's so difficult to marry a person who is a narcissist. They will just dictate. Okay? May anak din dede? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. At least, next please. County? Are you a passive-aggressive type of person? What is a passive-aggressive type of person? They will promise to help you with the project, but they don't. Ako pala, buligan ka. Siyempre, nagambal ka ng buligan mo ko. Wala sa kitulog ko. Buligan ka, pero tapos na project mo nung lagi sa sukyo. Oh, bahala ka mo da. Okay. Now, passive-aggressive is a form of anger, but not in outright form. Kita mo na ito, akid ka inside your heart. You are so angry inside your heart, you cannot just simply boast it out. So what you're going to do is to battle in terms of actions. Wala. Dito ka sa pantry, sa ito kumod-kumod. Pwede ka kontra, lawas mo lang. Ito na, tawag kita yung passive-aggressive. Ang mga tawag ng passive, kaya wala lang siya ni mo, kamula na siya. Pero actually, mata niya na pinadagong sa tanan-tanan, hindi na makita. Okay? They can make you feel you are not worthwhile. This is the worst, this is the worst characteristic. They don't show up for you in consistent way. Subong concern sa imo, tomorrow may siya labot sa imo. Subong mamati sa imo, hindi rin ambot sa imo balakda. Nanda mga amo na isang iyang mga impressions. How do you deal with passive-aggressive employees? Praise them. Kagwapo si mong parts, si mong nga. Good. Namit ko yung balang parts. Balang yung pag-o niya akong bayo ya. Among din ang muna niya mamayo ya. Kaalam si mong parts, uy, number one sa classy parts. Makawa mo, para balayaw. Inakita mo na nga happy siya kung dayawon siya. Pero suyain siya bilang ka-komentary, siya pinaka-number one mo nga kaaway. Okay, so ang ilang weakness is you praise them to help them be motivated all the time. Place passive-aggressive employees in a jobs where they are very specific, guidelines and expectations laid out for them. If not, they'll drive everyone crazy. Di ba, Wabi? Computer, ikaw ang lead man na sa IT. Nama, parts may ano ta, may seminar, tagwas, hakpat nun, tanay na misa. Uy, kung tigit ba, yung parts para mga kot na misa, yung parts. Mga ano na siya bila, may demo sa site nga mo na, idulong to, ikaw na drive, wala driver. Hindi ko drive, but the parts niya, may kung katapos ka. It's parts niya para mag-driver sa company, yung parts niya. So, ang passive-aggressive person, kung ko lang da, was-wasi ka type da. Solitaryo, kada kontakan ka. Uli ka rin Facebook, kada kontakan ka. Na mo nang iyang, ang pinaka-main characteristics ng passive-aggressive. They want to be in a position where it is very, very specific. Next, please. Ikaw ni? Nan. A lot of company in the world are dying because of gossips. Chismis dili, chismis dito. Ang laway na kadadlaw, nagkamalala, pagkaabot sa alas 5 sang hapon, may naubos na ang laway niya sa istorya about other people. Just remember this, my dear. Gossips are desperate and immature. Gossipers love conflict all the time. They play the ultimate role of a victim. None. Gossip is synonymous to embellishment or fabrication. Himo-himo istorya. Its purpose is to grab attention and to set a team of people against another or others. The root cause of gossip is almost always without fail. What is the word? Jealousy. So envy is the most violent of all emotions. Can you not just be contented with who you are as a person and then bring out the very lugugdang nga batasan sa imong matag-adlaw nga pagpangabuhi? A gossip may appear to care about you, but in essence, they are trying to manipulate your mind. So, there is an emotional blunder na ginakos sang tao nga gossiper. Okay, next slide. Okay, I want you to read this for me. Everybody read it. Go.
Rumors are carried by leaders, spread by fools, and accepted by genius.
None. I no longer expound that because that is a very clear message. If you intend to do chismis tomorrow and pamantayan ang mga personal ng pangabuhi sa iban, you better stop because you will not gain anything. Rumors are carried by haters, spread by fools, and accepted by idiots. So good people bring out the good in people. If you want to establish a character na amiable, you just have to bring out the best and good in every person you meet. Kabudlayo bravo ini, is this very difficult to handle? This is the most difficult part of our lives as people. Entertaining rumors around. Okay, next please. Are you an anger addict? An anger addict is accusing their co-workers of misdeeds, yelling at others, and generally giving their angry feelings free of rein. An unacceptable behavior. It needs intervention actually. Basi gusto mo psychiatrist, kambala ko nagduda mo kumiga ng psychiatrist. Strong limits and boundaries must be clear. Anger addicts may not have future at your organization since repeated ranges can potentially drag the whole organization down. Isa lang ka katawo. Only one person who is an anger addict in the office will bring all of you down within 12 months. Hindi mo magbantaan? Gahod. Ang energies, ang bilog ng office is filled with so much hatred. Okay? Now, if there is one thing that makes a person happy or contented with the everyday life is, my dear, listen, it would take only 15 muscles to smile. And it would take 258 muscles to frown. Din ka, sa 15 o sa 258, kaya magpatay ka sa stress if you are angry all the time. So you just have to nurture the smiling face in you, and then ang character nga masarangan i-handle sa ibang nga tao. Hindi mo yung pagtanaw ng self mo nga ikaw rin dapat intindihon because it's so difficult to survive in a community. Next please. Okay, are you a guilt tripper? If you gave a perk to someone else or otherwise made their work more difficult, or they may say guilt trip on co-workers, who they feel have slighted them as well. A guilt tripper doesn't know anything about communication. Always using the word, I feel this way. Mayo gani din kuligan ta kauga, mayo gani kaya ako nagsulat, mayo gani ikaw gani nagano ka lang, na amo nang iya gusto yan. amo nang iya nga routine everyday. Ginatag ko na sa imo, tapos subong ako pa ngayon ulit. Hindi kaya magulit. So may araw siya nga guilt trip na ginaobra sa iyang mga isip na tao kung sa iyang upod sa opisina. Okay, next please. Now, but as all of those things, those belong to the negative side of a personality. I am sure that there is a pang in your heart that would tell you, may gamay ako sini, I have a little of this, a little of this, a little of this. But there are certain individuals in an organization who are Mr. and Miss Motivated also. Nga hindi nila pag-compromise ang time nila, ang ilang what do you call this, qualities ang ilang work. The person who is an achiever, excelled beyond the standard, eager to take a new projects and tasks, willing to take a chance, aren't afraid of making the first move of being wrong, have great levels of self-confidence, and they're willing to bet on their success. Mr. and Miss Motivated. Now, kung ako nag-hire sa company, the first thing that I look upon is the eyes. Mata. When I look at you in the eyes, I will see and I will notice na traidor mo sa personalidad mo. Matulog lang mo yan sa isa, ga. Sa mata, mabalaan ko nga traidor, kag mabalaan ko nga hindi siya loyal. So the first thing that I put in my notes is reconsider. Reconsider. Muna na nabutang ko. Tapos, tulugot ka na sa mata. After a while, pamangkutunta ka. Why did you employ at Teletech? So, magguruan na lang mga rason niya and all. Okay, reconsider. Okay, do you think you will be able to help Teletech bring out the best of the brand of the company if you will be absorbed? Tulukon ko na kang butang sa reconsider. Pag nagambal na ganito nga reconsider, do not call that person. Okay, the moment na makita ko sa mata nga trainable, okay, did you finish IT? Sabat na siya, oo. Where? West. What campus? Kalino. Okay, so what are your dreams in life? I just want to be successful. I want to bring out the best of my capabilities. Okay, would you like to go out of your way and then go beyond the time and the hours that is needed of you? Yes, okay, you are accepted. Go to the next level. Kato na siya sa telepono. Ang telepono, may arak sa related na telepono. Sabot ka na ha. Marinig ang telepono. Kring! Okay. Hello, this is Mr. Smythe of Canada, and I would like to ask if my premium for the whole year, fiscal year of 1995 and 1996 has been paid. My account number is 1146115-AB. Bubulo sa nag-apply? Diyos ko, 1114. Sabto mo na kami certain pitik-pitik sa number of hours na sabto mo telepono. Okay, Mr. Smythe, you are asking me to identify if you have paid from fiscal year 1997 to 1998 of your premium number 1141614-AB. Okay, for a while, sir. Okay, makita na dito ga sa mga nag-assess dito sa piyang mabot nga, okay, nami iya tingog, nami iya English, nami iya panabat, ang iya precision nami, iya para sa answers na nami. So consider, next job. Okay, so how much salary are you expecting? I'm expecting for 18,000. That is net. Okay, minus SSS, minus filial. Okay, would you like or are you willing to start tomorrow? Okay, so you have a bonus, accepting bonus, another 10,000 tomorrow. Amo na siyang iyang proseso sa Teletech. So it is so very difficult na makita, ma-absorb ang imong nga personality, imong eloquency, imong proficiency in 1 minute. Dira lang niya asta-asta. Okay, now there are people in the organization who are reliable. I like people who are reliable. Someone who are always on time and always turning in assignments on or before her or his deadline. Rarely takes sick days and often ends up being boss go-to person. Reliable one. And we need all type of these people in an office. This one and this one. Okay, another one please. Are you a resourceful problem solver? You always figure out things, evaluate your environment, and finds areas in which the workplace can run more efficiently, calmly, rationally. You assess each situation and find weakness and develops an appropriate solution. Are you a leader? A leader who motivates other people, always thinking ahead, flexible, adaptive, skilled, can delegate responsibilities. Are you a Mr. and Miss Total Package? You are a combination of everything, a mix of the best qualities that we are looking in an employee? Reliable, motivated, creative, and who truly possess all the positive characteristics of a person? Or do you belong to this category again? Next, please. Okay. These are the 5 toxic types of employees in an organization. Do you or are you a Houdini person? A Houdini person is now you see, now you don't. Finding reasons to miss work. Seldom arrive to work on time, and when she does show up to work, she's finding ways to avoid doing what she's supposed to complete. So in an organization, din si Sheila, si Houdini, si Sheila, si Houdini, may ngalan na siya. Si reliable, oo. Si motivated, oo, ara siya. Ubra pa, alas 6 na, ara pa siya. Si Houdini, kapon pa, wala na di. Uli na siya, okay. Are you a negative Nancy? Tandaan niyo kung ano mga tandaan niyo kung ano mga category, because you will be able to share this because this is not given in any ordinary training. That identification and classification of employees. Are you a negative Nancy? Unhappy with various company policies and protocol, always complain about anything. She is a downer, finds the negative in anything. Sus partita, botakan na yun. Kamu na tiyak. Malahang out ka sa kapihan. Papatay pa sa kapi, kumuasin lawas mo. Kamu lang. Tanan na lang doon, hindi pwede sa iya, ayaw niya, akig siya, and all. Or, are you a rebel without a cause? Thinks of himself as a truth teller. He thinks that he's the one who has the courage to be honest, the one who has the guts to say what everybody else is thinking. He thinks of himself as a mini workers union and can cause some serious trouble. He sets a challenge, or he sets an idea that he challenged the rule all the time. Okay, amo niyang natabo sa isang company yung ginahandle ko, tinang the rebel without a cause. Hamba siya nga, si Ma'am Nagla, pero hindi na siya blaga paninggit, daw wala niya din na-consider ang feelings sa ibang tao. Ireklamo wala sa CEO, baho, ubra sa sulat ka, position letter, this is to inform the top management of this company that we no longer like the assigned managing director of the company. I hope that in 30 days you will be given an action to a rebel without a cause. Do you really need to talk and then you write to the CEO? Why can you not just ask an appearance and then talk among yourselves what are the things to be changed and what are the things to be mapped out para naman namin yung relasyon ninyo? So rebel without a cause is something that you cannot control in an organization if there is someone who is so fond of being a rebel in the organization. So this is very, very negative. You can trust a shady employee. He manipulates, he lies, and maybe even steals from the business. Little things continue to happen that involves a shady person and something just doesn't seem right. Mr. and Mrs. Shady, Nancy, and then Houdini, and then the rebel without a cause. So all of these categories, I think, have present categories in each organization. Okay, next please. Now, unengaged, if you are 3 of this, then you are really a disengaged employee. You only take 3 and you already belong to that category. Irresponsible, childish, lazy, complains every time, lack of enthusiasm, does not listen, know it all, gossip, irritable, make excuses, no initiative, distracted all the time. If you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or butang 5, automatically you belong to a disengaged employee. Because a responsible employee doesn't feel so much of these very, very heavy pains and so much of very, very heavy emotional burdens in our heart when you are working. You have to be very happy. Oh, I have a work, thank you, Lord. I have something to spend for my food, share to my mom, buy medicine, and all. At least you have. Because there are a lot of people in Iloilo who do not have work. You have to be thankful. All you have to do is to nurture that gratitude in your heart now. If you have other plans in the future, go. Luxman will not pull you in the office if you want to go further. But for as long as you are here, be a good employee. Be an engaged employee. Make Luxman proud of the company. Because you will never be a proud, Luxman will never be a good brand if the people inside Luxman is not proud of the brand that they are presenting. And you are all the walking brands of Luxman. That is why chances like this would make us reboot and re-challenge our commitment with the office or the organization. Okay, next please. Now, my dear, in this world, attitude is everything. I don't care if you finish summa cum laude in your university. I don't care. Pero summa cum laude ka, pero buot naman ako sa imo. Di ba, bagag mo, pamiga mo? Kung law ay miga mo, mapamiga mo? Buot. Mapamiga mo? Buot. Tuwad mo ng parts, mapamiga mo ay hambal, kabalo magluto, kabalo manilig, kabalo magano, manglagbaga ay. Pwede na sa batong mapamigaya. Pero ga ang importante Lidya is finding someone and finding something else. Attitude is everything. Now, take a look at this. Let us try to apply that attitude in this iceberg. How much do you see of an iceberg? Okay? How much do you see? You only see sa visible eye ninyo this portion of the iceberg, but you cannot imagine the magnitude of the size of that iceberg beneath. Okay? Continue. Only 10%. Only 10% of any iceberg is visible, and the 90% is a huge part underneath. Let us apply this to a human attitude or the human aspect. So 10% is seen when the company interviewed you. Nakapasar ka, may license ka, IELTS ka, abogado ka, engineer ka, psychometrician ka, sabihin patin ka sa company. But the company do not realize what lies beneath you in your heart and in your mind that is not visible to the eyes of the organization. Okay, the iceberg phenomena is applicable to all of us. How? Okay, next. Something bakit ka mo sa Luxman, you have this, knowledge and skills. Ang wala nakita sa Luxman sa inyo, Aryo, sa pagkadako. And it takes one person to be on the same roof to know exactly kung ano siya ng klase katao. Hindi ba lang ang bana ninyo, mga amigo ninyo namin sa una-una? Pati mga sawa man namin sa una-una, upda siya blaga, I tell you, 7 years lang. Pagkalabot sa 7 years, or even kani mga 3rd year, makita mo na nga, babaidor, lasinggero, grabe niya mga vices and all. Dili mo na makita daw sa sulod sa balay, sakrat, lamak, nan. Okay? Next please. Now, your behavior that is known to others is not fully known. But ang wala na mo nakita sa imo, kung anong mga values na galagan sa utok mo, ang standard mo, ang judgment mo, ang motives mo, so all of these things, and it's very difficult to fathom or estimate this one. Okay, next please. Now, take a look at this matrix. Let each letter of the alphabet have the value equals its sequence of the alphabetical order, A to Z. Skills is equals to 82 only. So I don't care if you have the skills. Kung trainable ka, go. We can always train you to be good. Okay? Next. Okay. Skills is very low. 82. Kung hindi ka kapalo magpamanday, buot ka sulod. Tunduan na ka. Knowledge. Lang alam na gid. Balaan mo gitanan. 96 lang. You lack 4 points. Hard work is not even perfect. That's only 98. Look at the attitude. It's a perfect 100. And And that's the only word in the dictionary. That is a perfect numerical interpretation. So which means, if I am the one who owns the company, I don't care if you have the skills, I don't care if you have the knowledge, I don't care if you have the hard work, because these things can be trained. This one cannot. See? It's always the number one element and consideration in anything we do in the world. Next, please. Now, before we move on to my next lesson, competence is not enough for you, my dear, to succeed and produce positive results. Competence is not enough. And what do you think is the most needed element? If you are a contender for an employment position, you will likely be preferred to or over a boastful, lazy, fault-finder, egoistic contender, or over one who appears to be too assuming or with overblown confidence. Okay, next please. So you must therefore endeavor to develop a pleasing, winning personality to be able to succeed. Pwede ba na siya ma-nurture? Pwede siya ba na matudlo? Mga social etiquette, ang personal branding, ang communication skills, ang imong nga project management, pwede siya actually matudlo, hindi budlay. Ang budlay ang ginitudlo, ang imong nga pagbinatasan. Okay, next please. Now, let us now move on to the core and to the heart of my purpose here today. I want you to truly understand what exactly is the impact of an amiable personality in a person. Okay, what is your interpretation of personality? Can you define it for me?
Personality is what is within me.
Okay, that's number one. That's correct. What is personality for you?
Ang way mo kung ano ka,
Okay, the things that you exude. What is your understanding of personality?
The overall, I don't know.
Personality. Okay, the definition of who you are as a person. Personality. Appearance. Yes.
Personality is something that others see.
Okay, the visible things that is can be seen. Personality.
Personality, what's what you do and what you show to others.
Okay, who you are, what you are. Personality. Okay, personality.
The characteristic of a person.
Characteristic. How about you?
Chopsticks niya.
Okay, personality. Attitude. Personality.
Others fit you.
Okay, personality.
Kung ano, ako mo na.
Sir.
Basic value or character.
Character. Character. Attitude. Kung ano kagid. Okay. Now, personality is the sum total of your physical, biological, sociocultural, and other traits of an individual manifested in the way you think, the way you act, the way you move, the way you relate with other people. Kung ang may arak nga tendency na kung ang nanay mo, ang tatay mo, makita mo, mapari nila sila gaaway, kag mga bastos, mga terms ginapangbuga nila sa kada isa, kada adlaw, ang tendency is for you to adopt that kind of psychological thing as you go along with your life. So mga basa nga, ay amo man na permi ba nang inauguran nila sa balay nila? So mag-reflect sa imong back, sa imong personalidad, kung ano ang imong nga psychological environment, socio-cultural environment. It is the sum total. But there are cases like, for example, that you want to really develop and enhance in you sa isa ka suma total, the sum total of the personality of a person. Okay. Hidden, next please. Now, you are actually the author of your own life story. If you want to establish a personal brand na gusto ka makilala sa tao, you can actually do that. by the way you talk, by the way you dress, by the way you handle your hair, you use your accessories, you walk, you sit, you stand. All of these things can be learned. It's very easy actually. It won't take one day to master all the things that you need to do to exude that personality. Okay, next please. Now, what happens in your life, happiness and career are the consequence of your choices and decisions. Okay, so if you go to, you finish accounting or education, the people in Iloilo who are principals in different elementary schools and high schools went to Bangkok to teach in Chalalongkorn, Kasimbandit University. So they are principal in Iloilo, but they are elementary teacher in Bangkok. But the only thing that makes them survive is the aspiration and inspiration that they will be rich in the whole 2 years contract with the derecho. Because they are earning 60,000 a month, 60,000 baht, and that is about 75,000 pesos a month free ang balay in an international school in Bangkok. So amo nang imunga career path, and whatever is your decision in your career that makes you happy, then be it. Okay? So depende ko na ng decision mo sa pangabuhay mo, amo na siyang mali kung anong mga klase ka tao in the future. Okay? Next please. If your values are not properly aligned, you are inclined to make irrational choices and decisions. Hindi siya aligned sa iyong gusto matabo. So definitely you will still be a failure. Okay? Now, as you go along, every end of your term with any organization, i-upgrade yung inyong biodata, resume, or curriculum vitae. Because that would be a reflection and a mirror of your personality when you enter another job. But if you have nothing to say, then probably for the whole duration of your stay on your first company, you did nothing to improve yourself. Okay? Next please. Now, what do you believe in? What are important to you? Are your values properly aligned? Okay, let me check. Let me give you this paradigm. Okay, next please. This is actually a self-awareness diagram. You will notice that whatever is the impression of other people, whatever is the characteristics that we see in you are all reflected in this diagram. Next please. Okay, self-reflection. When you self-reflect, you sit down in one corner, pamakuton ng lawas mo, nga ang nadamo kaya hindi ka uyon sa akon. Kung 5 katao sa opisina ang hindi ka uyon sa imo, that is already a signal that you are the problem. 5 people in the company doesn't like you, that is already a signal that they don't like your personality. Kag ikaw ang may problema. Self-reflection. Okay, another self-reflection. Nga ang 5 ka tuig obra nga ang wala man ako gihapon savings. Because it all boils down to ang imo nga capacity to spend. You spend more than what you earn and all. So dapat i-realign mo na dapat na sa tagsa ka bulan ang 20% ng sweldo nimo mas kinano pa kagamay, you always keep that as your savings. And towards the end of the year, may ara ka 12,000 na natipon. But if you don't practice that, you will still ask the same question, why I am not capable of saving a little money for myself? Reflection. Nga ang akong magrelasyon ako, nga ang permi na kuya, kasakitan buot. Nga ang wala bigas ng tao, nga palangga sa akon. Self-reflection. Why is that I am not loved by anybody? You ask yourself. Because there are reasons na hindi ka kabalo mag-control sa anger mo. May mga reasons na hindi ka kapamati. You don't know how to listen. May mga rason like you are not just open to anybody. So how can a person love you if you cannot even give that to another person? And then you reflect na nga ang ka-failure din sa ako sa ulubrahan ko. Why ka na tingala nga ang failure ka sa ulubrahan mo? Because there are things really that they don't like in you. Dito na siya ma-boil down. If 5 people doesn't like you, you are definitely the problem. Okay. But there are reasons or there are things that can make you aware of yourself. And that is through feedback from other people. Do not feel bad if I will tell you, as your administration officer, for example, Ga, hindi ko kauyon sa batasan, balang kunihang balan, kabala daw gatalikod, kabala wala kag tinir anay, and then you listen some point ko. Kaya ang ginambal ko sa inyo tani, hindi man personal. This has something to do with what we are doing in the office. I have nothing to do with your personal life. I have something to do for our job. Di nga akid ka sa akong kung magambal ko sa inyo nga muni, none. Yung feedback from other people, hindi mo ma-realize na you are doing something not applicable and acceptable. Feedback from others. Mambalang nanay mo sa imo. Ga, inang hindi ka ba sabi kulit, gab-ina, di ba si ano matabo sa imo, di ba? Tapos sabat mo rin, bayilang ko yung bulan. Di ba mo na pwede sabat na to? Bayilang ko yung bulan na kabalo na kuya. Tapos kung mapatay ka ganina, nanay mong yapon baka lumon. Nan. Kung may ara kanino yung mga palpak sa pangabuhi mo, nanay mo mangya kung gabayang utang mo. Pili utangan ko itong sinuto. Di ko gagamo, ang feedback from the people you love are the best and the actual feedback na dapat ninyong pamatian. It may be hurtful, but it can help you realize things. Okay, now next please. Based from your self-reflection and based from the feedback from other people, you will be able to learn the truth. And do not feel bad if you learn the truth, because the strongest and the pinakasakit na mabatian sa kalibutan, ano? Kamatuhuran. The truth really hurts, you know? Ang balon ko nga, Miss Wen, katambok-tambok sa inyo. Mga aking pa ko ito, Miss Wen, kung umay ka na, Big, daw, magkitukudo, kayo maglakat siya. Di ba, aking nga, kumatambok, sexy sa ako. Di ba, like, deep inside my heart, I'm not sexy, though. Mga aking kuya, you're telling me you have to reduce? Okay. You will be able to discover about ng high blood pressure ko is brought about by soft drinks, pulaw. Tingnan ginabra ko. My doctor said, what time did you slept last night? 2:30. That is exactly the reason why you're in the hospital. You have to stop your commitment now. No, I can't. So I already have a discovery that all my blood pressure problem boils down on my habit. I sleep very late, I drink soft drinks a lot, and I eat a lot of chocolate cakes. So is there a problem? Ang malun ako sa tao, tambok-tambok sa imo, mga kikuya, tuod man. Okay, understanding oneself. Intindihan ko lawas ko nga, okay, kung gusto ko mabuhay labay, kung gusto mo matapos bata ko doktor, kung gusto mo matapos ko bata ko bugada, kayo mo nang ubra nila subok, I have to stay alive. And I have to reconsider, was exercise na ko. Kag-was niyang minum soft drinks, isang na nga baso ng kape ako ni sa isang adlaw. Amo na lang ang promise ko, para mabuhay ng milawit pa akong mabuhay. Okay, next please. Now, my dear, duwa lang ka bagay, may reflection ka na sa lawas mo, nga dubatak-tak, kayo mo yung mag-react kung minasita, kayo mo isang admin, ubra pa kung di ka gusto sitahon, hindi pa tundog kasi mong korporasyon. Para ikaw, boss, self-reflection, feedback from others, you learn the truth, discover about, understanding oneself. My dear, duwa lang ka bagay, decide, are you going to accept it? Or are you going to reject it? Pili. Dua lang. Why na maybe? Why ito nga? Dua lang din. Accept or reject? Now, if you accept, you will be able to do something about it. Tibuas ng kulbaan ako kasi alagado naman ko susunod pa ni mga nid ko. Hindi sa halin din, pakados din na luna, nakatun ko ng karon, high heels. Mga murang karon. Wala akong kadaan na sapatos. So, mabuha ko ni malakan ko sa sinaluna, ka-high heels. So, okay na na. Sexy na lukay sa taxi driver sa akon. Babalikin sila, okay na sa akon. Okay, so, I have to do something about it. Exercise, eat a little, carbohydrates only a little. Only 1 cup of rice a day. That's my purpose. Now, takot-taas sa akong BP, 170/110, that is very, very dangerous. Do something about it, or I will not listen to it anymore. There will be no change. Ano matapusin mo? Bilang ko tabla. Magtago ko bilang ko tabla. Okay, if you do something about it, then what happens is, you change what can be changed. What is the only permanent thing in the world? Ano ang pinaka-permanente na sa kalibutan? Change. And if you don't consider this, you reject, and then no change at all, what happens is, you live what can't be changed and make the most of it. Kung tambok ka, hasta ka madedo, tambok ka ng gyapon. Pang-make up ka lang, para at least kung nara ka na sa ano, guwapa katulukan sa mga tao. Muna na siya. Hindi ka man napaniwang. Hydradon ka. What are you going to do? Basta guys sa inyong pagpangabuhi, especially on your professional practice. Okay, next please. Now, you develop awareness of the self if you consider this paradigm as you go along. Okay, next please. Now, this is the heart of my talk. You decide before you leave these four corners of the room, deciding or giving me a discernment that you will change a little, not 360 degrees, because we cannot control your mindset. We cannot control your decision. But I am telling you that after this interaction, I am expecting that all of you will realize na may damo pang opportunity kamo nga himuon para nga ma-develop nyo ang inyong kaugalingon fully. Okay? How? How? Okay. Balik ka nila. Wala ka dali. Template. Okay. Okay, memorize ko ng sunod na lecture. Patsa na lang dahil ka. Okay. There are three important... Paano pa dyan? Hindi ba pa dyan may video? Ako po kita ko sa inyo. Takpan ko lang. Hindi masunog. Okay? Dito lang sana kung yapon. Silaw sa mataga.
Power.
Ano na lang?
Tindok niya sa
Hindi pa ako motion.
Sige. Okay, everyone sit straight. Sit tall. Okay. There are three important things that you need to consider if you really want to develop your personality. Number one is your physical projection. Number two is your verbal projection. And number three is attitude. Bagulo na ito natapos ng attitude. I don't care kung ikaw pinakagwapa kung wala attitude. Ganun di akong pulos ni pamilya namin kung bukatindog. Okay. So, the physical projection is you have to assert kag dapat i-define mo sa imong kaugalingon nga gwapa ako, matag-adlaw mo tanan, gwapo ako. So before you really impress other people na tuod ng ginahambal ng gwapa ka tuod, you have to allot 40 minutes of your time before going to the office as your me time. Your me time would focus on your physical looks, on your hygiene, on the way you bring yourself out. Pag panaag mo pa lang sa iyong balay, paglakat mo pa lang sa iyong kali, pagsulod mo pa lang, dira mo biometrics mo, paglakat mo, dira mo pungko mo, pag-type mo. Tanan na, posture, panindog, panghamang, panggamit sa kamot. All of these things counts if you would like to really develop your personality. It's a physical projection palang kita. Okay, now let us start off with posture. A posture actually is the number one consideration in identifying if the person is lousy or not. By the way you stand, it speaks of your commanding presence. If you don't know to bring out yourself by just standing straight, then you will be a very, very lousy person. Okay, I would like to request all of you to please stand. Tindo. And then just follow what I tell you to do because I do not have time na isa-isa mo ako. Okay, ang mga siya ninyo yung okay, just follow what I say. Bring your feet flat on the floor together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bring your hands at the sides and then drop it like a rag doll. Just like the wala life in makamon. And then bring your weight up and imagine that someone is pulling your hair up. And then shoulders parallel and then feel good about yourself. Okay. Establish your point of reference. Magambang niya kung establish your point of reference, kung dili ka ganing gatindog, ikaw ang point of reference ko. But sitting on, if I look at you like that, my posture is very good. Okay, so you're doing good with that. Let me see. Okay, very good. You look good. You look good. You look good. Very good. Very good. Very good. Okay, 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 okay. Tumpa. That is what we call the correct posture with commanding presence. Okay? If you are dealing with clients inside the office, you cannot just move anytime you want. Balik mo, sir. Ang opisina na, namin, Okay, everybody open your palm like this, up. That's it, good ko lang siya ha. This one is facing up. Thumb is facing heaven, and then your hands must be clasped, and then firm. Give a firm grip of your, okay, very good. And then you all look with a very powerful and very good hand stance. Okay, repeat after me. Sundon nyo ko ano, ko giving.
Giving.
Receiving.
Receiving.
Describing.
Describing.
Pointing.
Pointing.
Emphasizing.
Emphasizing.
Rejecting.
Rejecting.
Feeling.
Feeling.
Let me see. Liwata, memorize nyo yun. Ready and go.
Giving. Receiving. Describing. Pointing.
Grabe.
Emphasizing. Rejecting. Feeling.
Now, if you are talking to a client, you talk like this, feet flat on the floor. Either you do like this, but hindi awkward na sir, ano kinanglan mo din sa wala rin ko sa too. Hindi man tindog ka lang, imo sa robot, di ba? So, action naman ka mo niya. Oh, good morning sir, welcome to Luxman. It's nice to see you. Welcome. Oh, giving. This way sir, giving. Okay, sir, have a seat. Would you like to have a coffee, sir? Black or tea? Or me? When you're not giving, receiving. Pwede mo naman, sir, have a seat. Would you like coffee? No giving. Hindi ka kasi sir, gusto mo kape? Ito, isa ito, hindi na pala namin tayo, ya. Okay, now, tanong ka pala. If you will be given a chance by Mr. Suzuki to say something or present a project, hindi ko lang dadawag tindog, dito mo nga ang project na mo subong harap na sa may ano. Kadto ka lang to, nakita mo naman namin na dito. Ang mga yung action. Hindi dapat parang, I believe that only a reactionary resistance to radical change can make a Jacobin or armed revolution inevitable. But that in a democratic society, revolution is a fact, not merely a potential threat. And that if we value our sacred rights. Our cherished freedoms, we must wrest the revolutionary leadership from those who would, in the end, turn the democratic revolution into a totalitarian regime. Can you understand? No. Sit down. Okay. So you use all these things to make you feel confident of what you are doing as a technical person. Okay. Before we end the giving, go.
Giving. Receiving. Describing. Pointing. Emphasizing. Rejecting. Feeling.
Okay, very good. Now you're good at that. So you apply that tomorrow. Ano naman ba? Kaon-kaw, asin, munggo, or kalamay. Hindi mo ba pag-i-offer, emphasize na tanan in action mo. But all of these things are very, very useful when you communicate. Okay, everybody sit down. Dito yan, skilid. Brak mo skilid. Okay, now, there are instances that you just sit down like you don't care at all. Now, if you are talking to a client, ang mga babae, galang kuha ka dagat sa kuha na siya, mga ito tamang sintonas. Okay. Okay ka. When you sit somewhere, ang mga babae, you would always do the Cambridge cross. The Cambridge cross is the popular sitting position for Princess of Sussex. Sino nga yung sawa ni Harry? Sawa ni Harry? Marco, wala? Si Marco, ang popular na sitting position ni Marco is Cambridge cross. Sa mga babae. Dapat wala sa tahang. Wala sa tahang yung mga legs. Okay. Okay. Wala tahang. Okay, good. Sit tall. Okay. Good. Bago tennis mo. Bago tennis ba?
Pakanta.
Okay. Nah, Cambridge cross. Hindi ka chinilas ka. Kasi may mark ka. Hindi ka chinilas kayo niya. Okay. Nah. Hindi ka nagkakilaki ba yan? Okay. Ang laki, open ang legs. Usually sa laki. Open ang nan. And then sit tall, sit tall. Ang mga girls, you do your hands like that. Nan. Ang mga boys, sa buwan ka, ano? Nan. So that is the Cambridge cross. Now, si Princess, sino ang sawa ni William? Princess Kate Middleton usually has the international protocol that when you sit, like you want to have a long legs, nga pamunggo, you do the Duchess slant. Nan. Okay. Nan. Hindi pa pasiglaga. Nan. Nan. Boy, ikaw di ang perfect. Why ko pa siya naman balan? Perfect na siya. Nan. Okay, very good. Nan. Very good. Kalayo man sa inakuha na dayon. Okay. Gamay na balan sa laki. So, okay mga laki. Tunay lang ko lang ginabal ko. Ano lang muna? Cambridge Cross. Ano yung kadunga? Duchess slant. No, gina sa inyong memory. Ano muna? Ano yung kadunga? Duchess slant. Now, pwede nyo yung brahon, pero talagsa lang. Kaya alay-alay na siya sa babae. European cross. Okay, everybody cross legs. Mga lalaki pwede. Hindi mo cross legs. European cross is only done about 5 minutes. Beyond 5 minutes, there is a possibility that the circulation of oxygen from your head down to your toes is compromised. So, ang munang rason kung nga sa sobrang mga cross legs, kang European cross, pag tindog mo, sino ka mo kuman? Tapos to 15 minutos pa na mag-maulian, mo gatiis, hindi mo mabiring. Kahit ang Cambridge, ang mga European cross is really very, very hurtful. Okay, now for the boys, you do the American cross. Okay. The American cross is the popular form position. And then you put your hands on your knees. Sa nan. Tama na kung nag-ano ka, just relax. Okay, hindi pagtama ka choreograph. Okay, now my dear, mga girls, European cross. If you do the European cross, and then you move it like that, and then you touch your hair like that, that is already a signal sign of flirting. Now, if you do this in public, like you move your legs, you touch your hair, you look up there, and then you do like this, and then someone will approach you, hindi pa kuyapi. What's it on? Ang signal na ginahatag mo is you are willing to give your number, your address, your room number, your office, or whatever. You're willing to give everything if you do this. So do not get angry. Okay? Nasa boys. Ulang-ulagan yung patis. Yan mo muna. Ulang-ulagan. Itago-tago mo. Tagutan. Tulog ito. Sige, ulang. Sige, tagot. That is already the signal for flirting sa boys. If you want to catch attention in public. Okay? So all of these things are secret tools on flirting. But I don't know how you're going to go about that. Okay, before we move on to the next, everyone, put your legs down. You do the Cambridge cross. Why is like the pictures is a corner? Cambridge cross. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Duchess slant. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hindi mo sandig, hindi mo sandig. Kagwapa sa imo po. Hindi ka magsandig kung nag-ano ka. Baguhin mo tennis. Natuntan ko yung minan ko. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now again, the crossing of legs by the ankle. This is the sexiest sitting position in the world. Crossing of legs by the ankle. Dapat nagkatanan. Ay, perfect yung legs na. Wala sa tahang. Okay? Dapat hindi nagaputro dito para sexy kaglong yung legs tulukod. This one, naman. Hindi guwapa yung guys. Bet. Gamit na ito sa sapatos. Wala nang kamulat. Hindi na siya. Ano na siya? Okay, sit tall. At the same time, you sit tall. That is crossing of legs by the ankle. Repeat. What is that?
Crossing the legs by the ankle.
Okay, relax your legs again. Let us repeat from the very beginning. Cambridge cross. Go. cross. Duchess slant. Go. Crossing of legs by the ankle. Go. Okay. Ikat-titi. Yan. Italawisa. Sabihan para laba. Legs yung tulukod. Magpa-picture ka sa mubya mo. Mag-prenuptial mo. Mama na magpugo. Okay. Magkakali picture na mo. Crossing of legs by the ankle. Brahon niyo. European cross. Go. European. Okay guys. American cross. American cross. Guys. Sit tall. Ito sandig. Nan. You all look good and professional. Kung ang muna for me mag-meeting ka mo, hindi siling ka po, wala lang mo. Kaya makita niya, takaan mo. Doon na takaan mo, doon na klaseng piyado. Dito ay lagan. Tapos dito ay mga irap-irap. Ang munang imo, Brian, ito wala, hindi mo nag-nurture sa professionalism mo, imo yan. Okay, now everybody stand. You look good and everything. 1, 2, stand tall. 1, 2, 3, 4, barrel. Stand tall. Put your hands to the sides. Imagine that someone is pulling your hair up. Okay. Find your partner. Dua-dua. 1, 2, 3. Find your partner. Okay. Face each other. Face each other. Okay. Sir. Okay, my dear, listen for my instructions. You stand tall. Bring your weight up. Bring your weight up. Face your partner. And then make sure na isa kami. So, kalayuan niya mo niyo. Tama na kalapit siya. Layo-layo ka ba? Gagagagwa ka lang, nila. Dito ka lang siya. Nine. Okay. Follow my instruction. Kaya wala kita time. Okay. Stand tall. Look at each other's eyes. Okay. Now, my dear, one of the most common language non-verbal is handshake. Handshake is actually a universal signal that you are trying to interact, to connect, and do business. There are thousands or millions and millions of investment that's been closed because of an effective handshake. Okay. Sino to? Wala partner lang ka? May partner to? Wala? Lakad ni Dave, anay? Wala mo pa rin si Dave. Lakad na ni Dave.
Sa
Okay. Ano? Sa wall. Okay. Now, my dear, say web. Web, sambal. So, ang buti mo naman panawag si web. Dili pam. Now, when you do the right and professional handshake, because not all people in the world are familiar with this, the first part of the palm that touches each other is your web. Okay, do it. Web. Go. 1. Pero wala nagkakarangkang. Nagkakaroon sa gibig pala. Okay. Web to web. Pero hindi ko kasi nga, hoy, good morning. Ay, abaw, web. Hindi mo pag-ibig. Hindi mo pag-ibig. Hindi mo pag-ibig. Tato siya ka. Tawag ko yung tato. Okay. My dear, web to web. Go. Okay, pang to pang. Pang to pang. Pang to pang. Grip. Ipugaan kamay. Pwede po pugaan magkararusan. Okay, puga. And then shake twice. 1, 2. Tulog ka sa mata. 1, 2. Okay, down, 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 down. Step by step, ano ha? Okay, web to web. Palm to palm. Grip. Shake. 1, 2. Okay. One person will say, hi, how do you do? And then the other person will say, I'm fine, thank you. Why? Hindi ba kasi nga, hi, how do you do? I'm fine, thank you. Hindi ba kasi nga, you do it very, very casual, okay? Parang ako yung bisita, susukyan sa Japan, kabalo na kamukhang proud mo sa inyo. Okay, like for example, sa dalaway ka mo, tulong ka ako, kung dinanay na yan, ano kung hindi ganito, ako magwa ko din, okay? Ready? Tutala ko si Dave ba? Hi, how do you do?
I'm fine, thank you.
Pugaas, tang-tang nyo. Basta kung thank you ka, ka. Okay, observe. Okay. Oh, Dave, hi, how do you do?
I'm fine, thank you.
Pagkahamba ng thank you, buya. Uy, pila na bata mo. Ikaw sila na, uy, pila na bata mo. Uy, nakasastan mo. Nakasastan ako na conversation mo. Umiyong-uyong. Okay. Diwa. Tanawin nyo ha. Okay. Hi, Dave. Hi, how do you do?
I'm fine, thank you.
Hi, hindi ka umiyawa. Hi. Hi, how do you do?
I'm fine, thank you.
Wala akong may masyadong puga. Ready and go. Hi, puga nga. And go. Hi, how do you do?
I'm fine, thank you.
Yan. Matubang sa akong dili na ganito niyo tanan niya apply. Posture, mata, do. Hi, how do you do?
I'm fine, thank you.
Nan. Hi, how do you do?
I'm fine,
Nanadali lang. Hi, how do you do?
I'm fine, thank you.
Where is your shoes? Okay. Sige lang. Hi, how do you do? Nan. Gata na si Yoy. Hi, how do you do?
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, very good. Hi, how do you do?
I'm fine.
Basta kabot pa! Hi, how do you do? May bayatan na ko. Hi, how do you do?
I'm fine.
Siya na lang inyong receptionist. Hi, how do you do?
I'm fine.
Hindi ba rin nawak na sa ito? Buka ka mo to, hi, how do you do?
I'm fine, thank you.
Sakit ba?
I'm fine, thank
Basta ang kamot na. Hi, how do you do?
I'm fine, thank
Hindi
you.
ba? Sige na. Hi, how do you do?
Aggressive.
I'm fine, thank you.
Nice! Hi, how do you do?
I'm fine, thank you.
Pagkakamot ko, how do you do?
I'm fine, thank you.
Nan! How do you do?
I'm fine, thank you.
Nan! How do you do?
I'm fine, thank you.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Puga, kamot puga. Hi.
I'm fine.
Nan! Hi. How do you do?
I'm fine.
Puga-ga ang tiil mo. Ano? Kasus. Yan ang tiil mo. Hi, how do you do?
I'm fine.
How do you do?
I'm fine, thank you.
Puga-ga.
I'm fine.
Nan. Hi. Nan. Okay. Very good. Now, my dear, abila mo lang na. This is the most powerful handshake in the world. This is done by the biggest politicians in the world. You do the hand hug handshake. Hi. Nan. Hand hug. Wala diri, kundi diri. Okay? Buga ang yapon. Pero ga, maganda ka na hindi na mga agaw sa pagkakabot mo. Hindi ka na mga agaw. The moment na ang person nagsamba, hand hug, handshake, and go. Hi, how do you do?
I'm fine, thank you.
Ga, pagkabot mo sa kabot, hug tayo. Okay. Ready? 5, 6, 7, 8, go. Hi, how do you do?
I'm fine, thank you.
Nine. Very good. And one more time. It looks good. And hug, go. Hi, how do you do?
I'm fine, thank you.
Very good. Okay. Now, the next handshake is the dominator handshake. Kung di ka ginawa ni, hi, how do you do?
I'm fine.
Dominator mo ni, ang ano gali, ang regular handshake, standard. Ang dominator mo na, imbis na mag-amu ako na, nag-offer ako mo ni. Okay. Hi, how do you do?
I'm fine.
Pero dapat kung naka-una na ako pababaw, hindi ka na magagaw. Hindi ka na magagaw. Okay? Kung ako yung nagsampos babaw, ako na lang yan. Okay, ready and hi. How do you do?
I'm fine.
Okay, dominator handshake. Lights, camera, action, go. Hi. How do you do? Do not miss the grip. Kailangan grip, among sincerity. The handshake is nothing without the grip. Okay, ready? And dominator, go. Hi, how do you do? Okay, down. Next is the queen's fingertips. The queen's fingertips is usually done in very formal dinner, the royalties, the princesses, or whatever. But if you feel like doing this to your girlfriend, you can. Okay. The queen's fingertips is, I do like that, the boy would do like this, and then the boy kisses on the thumb, not on my hands for hygienic reason. But if I am wearing my gloves ako sa diri, pwede halukan ang akong kamot diri. But for wala akong gloves, you do the queen's fingertips. 1. Okay? The queen's fingertips. So kung nauya ka makikita sa nobya mo, when you're kissing her in public, you just do the queen's fingertips. Okay, ready? Everyone, queen's fingertips. Why does known as the young and cool. Not all employees in Iloilo knows this, and you are one of the first groups who are educated with handshakes. This is the young and cool. I am Barack Obama, and he is Gaddafi. O, ako si Gaddafi, ikaw si Barack Obama. Okay. Si Barack Obama sa Libya feels very superior than any other presidents in the world. So sila na pwede ni Gaddafi mag-shake hands kay Barack Obama sa summit nila ay Obama would extend his hands like that. Pero si Gaddafi would curl his hands like that. And then would do the handshake like that. Because if you do like that, I get the space of Barack Obama and I am superior than you, Obama. That is the young and cool. But hindi mo pa gano'n nga, di ba sila bakli? Okay? Hindi mo magtutungo, di ba bakli? So let Obama extend his hands first. One. Oh, how are you? Okay, thank you. Okay. Muna siyang iyang set up. One. Okay, the young and cool handshake. Ready? Extend and then have. Ready? A 5, 6. Extend. And then ikaw na. And then ikaw mahab. Okay, ready? A 5, 6, 7, 8. Young and cool. Action. Hi, how do you do? Now, okay. Hi, how do you do?
I'm fine, thank you.
Wala magyapon yun. So dapat ang element, kung bayo na daan. Hi, how do you do?
I'm fine.
May kabi si Barack.
Hi, how do you do?
I'm okay. Nan, young and cool.
Hi, what do you do?
Relax lang. Ako lugar ka. Hi, how do you do?
I'm fine.
Nan. Hi, how do you do?
I'm fine, thank you.
No, be a diplomat. Kita mo ng personable ni tao. Ito ba pagbaba, tulungan mo? Hi, how do you do?
I'm fine.
Nan. Hi, how do you do? Nan. Hi, how do you do?
I'm fine.
Ang mga basa ka magtrapuhin na. Hi, how do you do?
I'm fine.
Nan, come here. Hi, how do you do?
I'm fine.
Naga malapit ka din. Tira ka lang, tira ka. Okay. Ako rin tayo isa ka muna. Ready and go.
I'm fine, thank you.
Dili mo hab. Ready and go.
I'm fine.
Diba? Hi, how do you do?
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, lakad din. Hi, how do you do? Ikaw. Okay, ready and go. Hi, how do you do? Ano na? Nan, okay, come here. Siya rin yung receptionist. How do you do? Ay, ka na, may tanap mo. Come here.
I'm fine.
Thank you. Hi, how do you do?
I'm fine, thank you.
Oh, match me sa katimates.
Di ba ka naman?
Sige lang. Hi. Na ikaw mauna.
I'm fine, thank you.
Nan. Okay, let's give ourselves a big hand. Na-perfect ninyong handshake. Na-perfect ninyong sitting position in a very short span of time. The sitting and then the standing. Okay, now everyone, stand tall. Kagutok kami sa lugar. Pero, kung magtindog ka nga mo ni, ang babae maglakad, naga-crisscross yatiil, naga-drawing ka sang line. Gamo ka na, sa mo nang dapat is nagahulag inyong bulit sa kilid-kakilid. Kaya kung wala nagahulag ang inyong bulit sa kilid-kakilid, sila yung maglakad tayo. Galakad, kamuta sa mga gallery ninyo, may bisita yung sa Japan, sa Afghanistan, sa Iran, at sa Iraq. Sila gusto mo kapil. Amo na, ang babae ka na is designed to walk nga nag-draw sa line, nag-amo na siya malakad siya walk. Okay, di ba? Tapos ang lalaki naman niya, parallel. Maganda na parallel, kita mo ng... Di ba? Amo na siya yung lalaki, mag-move. Okay, everybody. 1, 2, 3. Gira ka. Tatlo ka madali niya, kamuda. Pakatlo din sa ako. Tatlo lang malay. Dito ka sa tubang. Dito ka niya. Okay, look straight ahead. Hands on the side. Kita mo namin apply mo na tanang ng balko. Stand tall, shoulders parallel, drop your hands, look at straight, ahead. Okay, subo ko naman sa inyong subo. Draw a line. Igoy-gibuy ko lang ulit na tayo. Ready? A 5, 6, 7, 8, go. And 1, 2. Stop. Okay, stop. Pag-tindog ka ga, mag-turn ka gani. 1, 2, 3. Okay, ready? Enter. 1, 2, 3. Then walk on mubrahon are the things that other people want to see in you. Nauya ka mubrahon, natakaan ka mo, or didn't you feel? Okay, dire, tatlo. Dito, sibundin mo na. Okay, stand tall. I-apply, stand tall, shoulders parallel, look straight ahead, point of reference, feel good, feel pretty, feel beautiful, feel handsome, everything. Okay, ready? And go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Stop. Yeah, perfect. And then turn gracefully. 1, 2, 3. Look straight ahead again. Feel good. You are the prettiest girl on the planet. Now 5, 6, 7, 8, move. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's get to it again. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Ito ka. Tapos, dito ka sa ibabayin. 1, 2, 3. Dito mo. Okay, linya. So far, sila ang best group. Stand tall. Hands at the side. Mga boys na. Okay, ready? Stand tall. Feel good. Look straight ahead. Ready? And move. 1, 2, tulog. Hindi ko ang pula. Gawin ko. Nakita mo ng walk pala niya gracefully, pero hindi ko na-overemphasize. Okay, ready? And slowly turn. 1, 2, 3, and stand tall. Hindi magluko. Okay, ready? And move. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn. Let's give them a big hand. Okay, 1, 2, meds. Kamu din dua lang. 1, 2, 3, boys. Dito mo. Okay. Ay, dito ka gaga. Dito ka, dito ka naman. Girl ka, boy. Boy? Boy ka?
Girl.
Wow. Anong tampa? Sadyahan mo na isang girl. Okay, stand tall. Feel good. Kita mo na yung ka-useless. Maximum. Maski na gagawin ng opisina, yung akong purutin yung gwapa. Okay, ready? Stand tall. Look straight ahead. Feel good. Stand tall. Shoulders parallel. Drop your hands. Feel good. Feel guapa. Feel guapo. Okay, ready? And move. 1, 2, 3. And slowly turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Walk and walk and walk. Let's give them a big hand. Very good. Okay, go back to seats. Now. Now, my dear, listen. We are done with the physical projection, like how you walk, how you sit, how you shake hands, and all, how you do your actions. Did you know that there is one very heavy element sa growth sa katao, and that is our physical hygiene. Ang physical hygiene plays a very important role in our everyday life. Okay, now there are 3 major problems people in the world are facing. Number 1 is bad breath. Number 2 is body odor. And number 3 is flatulence. Okay? Now, let us discuss first the body odor. Okay, listen. This is very, very important. Okay, wala na ka. It's okay. Okay. Sintol ay, abuman gyapon gabalik kang sa daan yung batasan. Amo na gani ang bago kung anong naandan nyo. Amo na gid na kamo kung hindi ka mo kamatin, nothing will happen. This will just be wala kulos. Doon ang alay, ang bakbak ko liwat, hindi mo gyapon ninyo makuha, matupod. Every time you face an audience, whether your boss or anybody, stand tall. Kag hindi ka mo makikita sa mga buyan ninyo, nataan ka mo, natuyo ka mo, and all. Kinaman mong gana na. It is very, very evident. Every time makita ka mo, evident din ko na nung mga ekspresyon ninyo sa buyan. Makita ka mo yan at distance. So dapat, kabalo ka mo mag-control, and that is a sign of professionalism. Maski na ka mo katuyo, maski na ka mo kagutom, agwantaan nyo, basta may amuning occasion. Okay, let us start off with body odor. All people in the world has body odor. Pero lain na istorya kung angsod. Okay lang ang anghit. Because anghit is brought about by too much perspiration and then too much excess sa imong nga balas, imong lawas. nagmala sa imo likod, when nakainis t-shirt mo, when nagagamit deodorant, and then ang ending niya is anghit. Ang anghit is called hygienic. Pero ang problem mo kung ang sod, that is systemic. Systemic gani, halin sa sulod sa lawas mo. Hygienic gani, tamaran ka lang hindi na maligo. Okay, so what's your problem? Hygienic, systemic?
Hygiene.
Hygienic. Sino may systemic din ang problem? Okay, if you have a systemic problem, no amount of money can really solve that problem because that is already inside your body. Okay. Now, there are two types of bacteria. The first bacteria is eccrine. Eccrine regulates body temperature. Kung nagapamanday ka mo, balason ka mo, nagmalang ninyo balahas sa inyong mga groin areas, mag-groin areas din mga folds. Din ang mga folds sa lawas nyo? Ilok, sa kilikili, din pa. Singit, sa hinta, sa din pa. Sa dapa-dapa, sa mga diri, sa mga folds, balas sa lawas ninyo. The eccrine bacteria falls there kung magmalang-balas ninyo. Okay? Now, ang eccrine na bacteria is very friendly. Kaya di na pagbuhat nila ng ang toxin sa lawas nimo, okay lang mabalas, paliguin na karon. But the problem is the bacteria apocrine. Bacteria apocrine is the culprit of the whole smell of your body. Ano ang bacteria? Apocrine. Say it.
Apocrine.
Ano ang nag-regulate sa body temperature? Eccrine. Paano ako magkabataan ng kamo later on? Kamo na doon sa bata na hindi na ako pupatawag. Iwat. Okay. So natuloy natin karon. Ano nag-regulate sa body temperature? Ano ang bacteria?
Eccrine.
Ano ang culprit na naghahatag ng smell? Apocrine. Now, apocrine is producing a very obnoxious smell. If I say obnoxious smell, kita mo ng angsyon, hindi siya mas kinlayo pa. Kaya ang tao nga may angsod, ay kabalo nga may angsyon siya. Kaya ang angsyon niya gaya, dira siya katindog, pinakapitrohan mga tatlo ka pa, halit sa ako na lang, dira ho, hindi ko katindog, madaggan ang angsyon mo ga hasta diri. Kaya wala ka kabatsyag na ang sungaw sa lawas ni mo can travel a very significant distance. And then, you know what? If it is already systemic, you have to look for help sa medical doctor. Kaya may ano na certain operation na ginautod ang mga glands ni mo, nga oversweating ang nagano sa imong kilikili. Okay? Pero that is a clinical procedure and I don't know how to go about with that. Ma-focus ako sa hygienic. Kaya mo na niyo pwede natin makontrol at pwede ko ma-share sa inyo. At the age of 7, nga nagapasunod ka na sa puberty stage, naga-exude o naga-extract ng lawas din sa balhas. Okay, may mga balhas na daan na daw, kunyara bigyan nga, dako, bigyan na layo pa, na dapat at the age na naga-puberty level ka na, dapat nagagamit ka na sang deodorant. So, ang tawas actually is very, very strong. Kag ang aluminum content sang tawas itong pakakaisa sa inyong kilikili. Kaya ang kilikili ngayon your armpit actually has a very, very thin skin na kung butangan mo sa mga may mga chemical content, itong siya dayon. Tapos sige pa rin yung bangit-bangit inyong kilikili because of abrasion and so much friction, ang muna itong inyong armpit. Okay, ang armpit actually is a very sensitive part of the body and you have to take care of that. Do not pluck, do not blade, do not shave. You can wax, pero kung mag-wax ka, you wax every time. Okay? Now my dear, you use deodorant nga powder base. Kita mo na pislit? Tapos ang nagagawa lang daw, mist lang siya nga daw powder. Kaya towards the end of the day, pakpakon mo na sa kilikili mo, daw buling lang na siya. Nagkakalatak-tak lang daw buling. Pero, ang inak na spray, hindi mo pag-ano sa iyong mga ilong, kaya that is still chemical. And as you go along with that, that is very, very hard to solve kung maka-establish na kamo sang asthma. So dapat magpa-spray ka mo, hindi ka muna, nga dili nagatsungaw, kundi dito palikod, nga ba muna. Pero importante, powder-based. Hindi ka mo maggamit sa gel-based, kinando kita ng damilot ng mga roll-on, ng mga basa. Kaya actually, ang eccrine nga bacteria in your armpit, with that element ng gel na nagadamilot sa inyo dun sa inyong kilikili, nagabasa, naga-friction sa inyong tela sa bahay ninyo, as you go along, nagaitong inyong kilikili. Okay? Now, importante, nga kung nag-ubra ka mo din, hindi nag-field work ka mo, pagbalik niyo din, you have to fix yourself, kaya may ara din na yaamoy. you go to the CR, bas unang tipo, trapuan yung lawas ninyo sa may safeguard na habon kag ano, and then trapuan nyo, and then put a UV cologne. Do not use perfume because perfume is 100% alcohol. Kag kung mag 100% alcohol, mag-upod na siya sa balas ninyo. Kag kung magmalaang hiton, baw-baw, do arabo yung mga kadapog. Kaya ang mga perfume na dahil ginagamit na sa mga special occasions like mga fine dining, may mga meetings, na mga dagko sa hotel and all, but not during this ordinary day. Ordinary day, you use UV cologne and UV toilette. UV toilette and UV cologne are mild. That is only 40% alcohol. So, ang buwan niya daw tubig. So, kung magbalhas na magbuwan sa inyong lawas ng surungaw ang mga anong sang UV cologne or UV toilette, daw kapos lang siya i-limpyuhan sa inyong lawas. Okay? Now, get rid of eating spicy foods. Kaya nagasumaw sa lawas ninyo. Drink a lot of water, amo na nang pwede nyo mabulig sa lawas ninyo. If you really want to grow and then work healthy, you have to drink more than 8 glasses of water every day. Because kung may migraine ka mo, ganit ulo nyo, anxious ka mo, irritable ka mo, that is because dehydrated ang lawas ninyo. Kung dehydrated ang lawas ninyo, damo lang mga batyagan, migraine, sakit likod, sakit bulit, sakit ulo, sakit buhok, sakit kuko, all of those are just brought by dehydration. That is why if you are sleepy inside that room, you drink water, not coffee. Drink water. Kag hinugay ka buda syagit, kaya ang pagsyagit-syagit dito sa sulod is a sign na professionalism level ninyo is very poor. In the first place, pwede ka magpamati music hinay, pero hindi mo pwede ka syagit. Nagdaw mga taga-super ka mo. Din super? Ako ni?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Din super? Sa ila? Sintral na ulit. If you are in the dignified office, you don't shout any time of the day, anytime you want. Inside the office. Kita mo na kung may delivery, ikaw as professional. Kung kumati. Pag-abot ko sa office ko, ako ha, typical lang. I go to my office, buta-buta na ng files, ballpen, notes ko, ballpen ko, memo ko, water ko, laptop. Okay, thank you for reminding me. Balikan na sa Miss Len, ay, ano, oras na kita na niya, ato sa super. Gaamo ka muna sulod sa kwarto. Napre! Bulay, o muna, muna. Muna, bala na dito. Ganda mga amuna pala. I tell you God, you are not helping yourself. Because it simply shows that you don't have breathing. Because a professional person will just do her task properly, quietly, effectively, proficiently, eloquently. Finish. Period. That's it. Pansit. Now, do not blame the office if they do memo all the time. If I ask training, if they ask me to do the training, mas hindi Teletech, Blue Jay, DepEd, Department of Health, the first thing that I ask sa HR is, may I see the copies of your memos? The whole month. Memos na payo ko. Sumatag na ang DepEd sa inyo sa kabungkos. Isa ka muna, tanaw ko ng memo. This is to inform you that you have been tardy for, you have been late in the office for 15 hours for 2 months. Okay, tardiness. Okay, a wall, misdemeanor, dishonesty. Okay, thank you, ma'am, for the information and for the files. Now, there are employees who are onion-skinned with memos. Makutalawas mo nga may memo. Nga makikimutagan kayo memo yan. Ubra ka dali sa opisina mo para wala memo. Paano hinamin ko? Can you follow me?
Yes.
Okay. May mga empleyado man nga si tahon gani sunggod siya. Kinakita mo na nga daw akid siya kaya ginasita siya. So that is also a sign of unprofessionalism. Because a person who is professional will just listen. Huwag siya kabato, huwag siya kasabat. Pamangkuto nila ng lawas niya, self-awareness and self-reflection. Ngayon, kiga, ako ginagawa niya. Yung kiga ko na hindi na kay apat na absences ko, ako nag-file din. Nakakita tayo si Taka nga na nag-awol ka? Hindi eh. So the best thing to fight is to listen and keep your mouth shut. Pero kung ginambala niya kagaga, that's the time na you fight back. Kung ano namin ko? Kung para office procedure na yan, let it be. It's office procedure. They want you to do like this, they want you to react like this, they want you to handle that this way, follow. Office na yan mo. How will you be able to establish peace in the office if you don't follow? Kung ano yung ginamit ko ga? This is just an appeal because I know you will not stay long here. Balan ko, may aral damo ng mga opportunities, but when you go somewhere else, you have very valuable tools learned from here. Muna na, can you get what I mean sa ano ko? So for us, they bring out the best in you by just sitting properly, standing properly, walking properly, making actions properly, talking properly, and all. Ano mga magic words na dapat i-nurture natin sa isang isa every day? Ano mga words ang mga magic words? Number 1, thank you. Number 2, excuse me. Number 3,
I love you.
I love you. Number 4, please. Good morning, please. Anong pinaka-importante? Na talaga sa ubra ka ginahambal sa mga tao? Sorry. There are a lot of people na ego na galupan asa sa Pluto. A simple word na sorry, you can do that. Kung balaan malangin kami sala. Okay, so do not forget to do the sorry word as you go along kung mabalaan mo sala. Okay, cubicle etiquette. Cubicle etiquette is your personal space. Ikaw di, ikaw da, 1, 2, 3. You have to respect each other's space. Hindi kayo mambulak dito, tapos isang tuig nila mabalik ballpen. So dapat you have to observe professionalism in cubicle. You do not speak loud if the person intends to have a silent hour of his own. Sa hindi mo istorya ng project proposal, ganit tamang nakalaba, hindi natapos kung sa hindi mo istorya, let the office job or the office work finish first. After 5 o'clock, chika mo sa Plaza Libertado, dapat lugar, pwede ka ito yung ka-square dahil tanan yung issue dito yung istoryahan, but not inside the office until or unless it is office related. That would keep the operation smooth and professional. Okay? When you go somewhere else, borrowing of things and not returning it to the owner is a sign of unprofessionalism kag kabastusan. Maski simple ball pen, you do not return it, bastos. You get the mug, kuha ang tubig unod, bastos. While you get excuse, kuha ang lang niya, kung na inatandog mo mga gamit niya, bastos. Masikaran ng tiyan niya, huwag ka ng sorry, kung excuse me, bastos. Nagasalagbat ka, nagasaligbat ka, huwag ka ginapamangkot, bastos. Ano na, adlaw-adlaw mo lang nina-nurture mo, kulaw, ay Ako nito yung palawakan ko yung mag-lecture, pero after my lecture, I keep my mouth shut. Hindi mo ko yung istorya gawa. After my lecture, I just sit down in one corner and then I just observe. Amo na nga dami ko yung nabalaan in terms of office management, kaya ako yung kapungko lang ko pag nagapanilag. I only talk if I am asked. Kuha nyo na, talk lang ko, kaya amo nang akong job, professional practice ko, and then people pay me to talk. Okay? Pero if I stop talking, I keep my mouth shut. Abi mo ko na what I do most if I am quiet, I play the guitar. I edit songs, I write scripts, I write essays, I read books. So those are the things that you need to nurture in yourself. Kung namin ka sa painting, paint. Kung namin ka sa composition, compose. Kung namin ka sa hairdressing, practice it. Practice ang bio, practice ang book, practice ang makeup. That is something that would delineate you from work and then personal happiness. Para di mo matakan. Okay? Kuha ninyo? Okay. Now, ang tapusin natin ito kanina ha. Another problem sa hygiene is bad breath. Okay? Tanan ng tao sa kalibutan may bad breath. It is brought about by the formation of sulfuric acid in your mid-tongue. Dili yan? Ang sa paniwala mo? Dili sa tumatunga sa nila, dira nag-form ang sulfuric acid. Ang sulfuric acid, nag-accumulate na siya, inom ka kape, inom ka soft drinks, ka spaghetti, ano man yun, mga isaw, barbecue nga clovers, cheese curls, chippy, tanan-tanan yung pang dagdag mo sa baba mo. Tapos, huwag ka inom tubig, huwag ka pa-toothbrush or else. So, nag-form ang sulfuric acid sa midtang ninyo. So, ang sulfuric acid, kung dugay sa baba ninyo, kung magkabal ka mo, that's the time na nagabuga ka mo sa certain smell. That is brought about by the sulfur sa imong baba. Now, pag bugtang mo sa aga, manglimog ka mo, di ba? Tapos maninom ka mo kape, mamahaw ka mo, manutbrush ka mo before going to the office, di ba? Ang pwersa sa toothpaste inyo got 3 hours. So by 10 o'clock, may formation na sa smell sa baba naton, which is normal. So iba ng mga tao na may mga meeting and all, mag-gargle na sa sinusol o mga ano na bala, food mouthwash. For 30 seconds, ihuluman nila, baba nila 30 seconds. Pero i-dilute nyo sa water, hindi nyo concentrated, di masurog nila nyo. Okay, so i-dilute nyo sa water, kasi sila hindi nyo nagala, usasol na magpapagin ka. Sa mga takadlan nyo makuha sa mouthwash, sa surunod na dila nyo. Dilute nila sa water, amuni ka mo mga tubig, hindi man amuni, inom mo. As na dali ko, gargle ba na pala, as na dali. Bukuan nila dasang daw tatlo kapatak nga aspinosol, and then ilong-gungon, and then that's the time na ihuluman yung baba niyo for 30 seconds, and then luan nyo. After a while na nakasettle niya ang mouthwash sa baba ninyo, ibanlawan ninyo sa water na lukewarm, not cold, not hot. Then after a while, ang mouthwash na naga would maintain sa inyong fresh and mint breath mga 2 ka oras sa tunga. Amo ng pwersa niya, 2 ka oras sa tunga. Di ba niyaga ka naman pag alas 12? Pag panyaga sa alas 12, hindi ba na nagpa-nutbrush na naman liwat? Nutbrush ka mo everyday. Tapos pagkatapos yung nutbrush, pagkapanyaga ninyo, pagka alas 10 na, may smell naman baba nato na formation na naman sa sulfuric acid, huwag nagahambal, huwag nagainom tubig and all. So pagka 4:30 or 4 o'clock, may meeting ka. So mamangwash ka na naman liwat. Ang mga hindi concentrated ka sa urumupan, ang ihulila sa sobra mga panglimog. Basta ang dapat lang sa aspinosol is gamay na drop, aga, paghapon, kung may meeting ka. Okay? Tapos pagkagabi ka, kung kapanyapon, toothbrush ka, tulog ka naman. The following morning, aga ka, manlimog ka, and then manutbrush ka tayo. Kung ano yung cycle?
Yes.
Now, the problem is, it's okay kung ang problem sa bad breath is hygienic. But the problem if it is systemic. Systemic is brought about by the gum disease nga problema, and that is called halitosis. Halitosis is a severe case of bad breath, and it comes from the inside of your stomach. Tapos kada hambal mo nagabuga ng ang sulfur sa tiyan mo, hindi ra sa tiyan mo, gagwa sa esophagus, and then ang tao nga may ara halitosis or bad breath, ay siya kabalo. Ang nakabalo na gid ang nagasinghot sa iya nga imburnal nga hamot. Na tapos dili kagatindog. Ang payo ko ng tao may ara halitosis dito, hindi po gaga si estudyante mo siguro. Lumali, kung di mo kayo tapos, may ara ako ng estudyante nga muna before, hindi mo mabang, di mo gana, imburnal yung lakat. Na, kaya it is already systemic. So wala ka na naman mobra. So mabag ka nga, girl, inom to tubig. Diba, maski ba na tubig lang, tubig ang mong nagadilute sa bacteria sa baba, mo rin nag-flush out. That is why, hindi mo pag-low-low, good. Di na mga tubig niyo, inom ka mong tubig. Kung inam kung pwede ng tubig. Nan, maski mag-ihi ka mo yung gaya, okay na na niya, kaya healthy ang ihi. Ang problema niya, kung yung ihi sa ng tubig. Okay na ng ihi, talaga ko na, water is the only thing that would solve everything in our body. But if you lack that, if you lack water in your body, then goodbye mo. Tanan-tanan mo blatian, buwak sa lawas mo. So maski bisa ka nagaturo, nag-ako ilong ka sa tubig, nagkakarakulog na sa baba kung mga tubig, halalaklak, mga laklak ba? Kibalaan ko nga that's the only way for you to neutralize the acid formation sa lawas ninyo. Kaya kung acidic ang lawas ninyo, dali ka mo nagabalandian, and ang lawas ninyo, if it is acidic, dira nag-thrive kung nagabuhi ang cancer cells. Ang cancer cells ga nagapalak-palak binasa sa lawas ninyo ang happy binasa sa sulod sa lawas ninyo kung ang lawas ninyo acidic. So acidic ka mo kay why kung masyado ga inyong tubig kag mahilig ka mo yung magkaon sa mga pagkaon na kontra sa atong health. Pero if your body has enough water, especially alkaline, dira nagapatay ang cancer cells. Ginapatay ang matamat. Gina-flush out mo ng dayon. So din ka mo asta. Gusto nyo ba mong mag-ranon? Gusto nyo milyonarya, di ba? Gusto nyo tinubalay? Gusto nyo bakasakyan? Gusto nyo mag-abroad? Ang inyong life expectancy is only 60. Ang aming life expectancy hasta 80. Ang life expectancy sa nanay ko hasta 90. Kaya ang nanay ko, ang iyang mga utod, 96, 97. So sila na lang ang last generation na nga 90 plus. Ang generation namin ng mga bata na 80 hasta na lang. Inyong generation na 60. O, hindi ko kalipay, parang ka mo, dali na lang. Di ba? It is brought about by, number 1, the things you eat. Number 2, your lifestyle. You sleep very late, you smoke, you drink, and all. And then number 3 is stress. So, kung may wala stress ka, may takot mga cellphone, may takot sakyan, may takot libyuan ng sakyan, may takot drive ng sakyan, may takot baraka gasolina, and all. Simple life. May takot kakaon sa mga junk foods, ano kayo, tinanong na sabing kamutin ng kaon na ko na ako, di ba na ko yan? Di subong nyo inyo yung may burger, may McDo, may Jollibee, may KFC, pat yun, sinagaw na. Those are fast food, and fast food is heated in a matter of seconds. And that heat is the thing that brings out the worst in every food you eat, especially French fries. None. 65 ang inyong level of expectancy. Goodbye. Do not make sure you're beautiful on the last day. Para matisya, magpapay ng inyong labas. None. Okay? Ito ko na make-up, fix yung hair ninyo and all, para at least practice na kamo. As you go along, you have to look good and feel good about yourself and enjoy life to the fullest. Anything you do, gapungko ka na, be good, be beautiful, be productive, basta gapungko ka lang. Hindi sila yung ginapabayaan na lang, so pungko ka lang, nga ka lang nangangaway naman ng binaubra. Okay? Feel happy. Make the most of what you can do in life because this is what will make quality ng pangabuhi. Ba't hindi man sila nga nawala ng pulos? Kaya ba mo ga, middle of your age, di ba ang purpose to help your family? Di ko mga 20 plus na kamo, 30 plus na kamo, paano mamukayot sa family mo kung may mga ubra namin? Huwag makamusweldoan ako. How are you going to cope up with that? So you have to think, you have to plan. You cannot survive the rules of the world if you do not plan ahead. What are your plans? After this, what? Understand? Okay. Now, katapusan natin ng tatlo, ha? Flatulence. What is flatulence? Anong flatulence? Flatulence. Flatulence is utot. Jesus, utot. Farting. The farting that falls apart. Okay. The regular occurrences of flatulence in the body is 14. Though 14 ka, ututot sa lawas ninyo, normal na. Okay? Though, okay, hangin. Not unless kung wala, hindi ka pagpapupila ka daw. Now, ang rason kung nga ang may smell ang utot ninyo because of the sulfur sa inyong atiyan. Kag ang tama ka dakdamok nga microbes sa inyong lawas na wala na flush out every day dapat. So irritable bowel movement. Amo nang rason ko nga ang tama nga pasko ng flatulence. 14 occurrences. But that is a normal condition. But if you fart 40, 50, 16 a day, na daw hindi ka na makontrol, daw uncontrollable, there is something wrong with your liver, kidney, irritable bowel movement, ng lactose intolerance, and too much fiber in your body. Kamuti, carrots, dudaan na lang. So nag-trigger na siya sa gas formation sa inyong tiyan. So, if you fart more than 40 times, you have to reconsider asking your doctor what's the problem in your body. You might need some medications or whatever. Okay? So all of these three things, physical hygiene, physical hygiene, ano ba ganun? Physical projection, kaya yung mga flatulence, something you have to take care of your body. Because I always believe that no matter how good you are in the workplace, if you have problem with your health, nothing will happen. You will die early. Okay? Now another one is communication skills. Communication skills is one important tool for you to bring out the best in your capacity and abilities. Even if you are not the most intelligent guy in the university, for as long as you know how to express yourself in terms of communication, you can go places. Answering questions straight, vocabulary and all, this will make you a little bit at par with others. Okay. Now, the word old has 68 synonymous terms. Old ba lang? Anong old? Anong old sa Bisaya? Tigula. Daan. Give me one word synonym of old. 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 Historical. Old. Rotten. Asian. Old. Ano? Bula? Ha? Old.
Mature.
Matured.
Legends.
Ha?
Legends. Mga legends.
Legends.
Antique.
Antique.
History.
History. The lead. Ha? Artifacts. Ancient. Past. Old. Tapos yun, kakaiba. Ha? Past. Old. Old. Dilapidated. Old. Old.
Lugay na.
Ano nga yung English? English? Old. Used. God. It is simply an indication that if you have very limited vocabulary, it will be very difficult for you to communicate. Whatever is your brain dealing with your articulators, ang yung brain, ang articulators niya tongue, lips, jaw, hard palate, soft palate. Because Lord, all of these articulators form the words. But this cannot form any word or sentences if your brain wala may ginaduhol. So dapat ang brain niyo may ginaduhol sa articulators and then ang articulators ang mga mahambal. Kaya wala mga, okay, why should I choose you to be the next Miss Universe? You should choose me to be the next Universe because, thank you. Kaya paano nag-aamang tinuga pero ang imong articulator, wala ka nag-iyo, kaya imong brain, wala ka nagduhol. Still are not powers and communication skills, vocabulary, because even if you just supon the synonym, pwede ka na nakahimong sentence na balaba. Who is your icon of beauty? Well, my icon of beauty is Miss Catriona Gray, because Catriona Gray is an exemplary woman that has a very, very sensical mind. She has a very great advocacy that brings out the best in her personality. She is beautiful, stunning, with flawless skin, well-chiseled face, with a beautiful hair, skin tone body, voluptuous, sexy. Pero actually, daw nila pangambal mo, sinunin mo ng beautiful. Lugi lang, ang tsusira mo, grabe. Gusto ba, tatlong isurupon ng timong pining beautiful. He is stunning, flawless, long-legged, elegant, whatever. Tanang-tanang to, dito na para ng Paul. Tanay-abal ko na minabalaan. Old. Okay. Antique, antiquity, antiquated, antediluvian. Historical, history. Landmark, immemorial, used, fossil, fossilized, era, medieval, renaissance, legend, dilapidated, obsolete, matured, expired, what else? Antiquated. petite, pretty, cute, elegance, elegant, amiable, gregarious, foxy, chic, o surulog po nato bala, small, minute, little, tiny, dwarf, mini, micro, and all. Big, large, tall, wide, expand, expands, gigantic, palatial, magnanimous, voluptuous, landmark, immemorial, o imagine na if you have all of those, and it's not too late. Di bata pa ka mo. I started doing this when I was in high school. Bako da, magulugan surulubra sa ako ng tukis Nakisa ba lang kung imong ginahambal, pero hindi ko na ano ito ginahambal ko man, nasululog po na lang itong nga ako mga meaning. Ako na ganit, beautiful, katriyo na grace, sinunay ko beautiful, tapos, period. Kung natakuran ng to ni Rushton ng iya sabat sa mga question, mental health, hapos dito balaga siya, pagdabi tayo ng international, kaling kay na mental block siya, the brain does not give any signal sa articulators, and then that's the end. Tapos ng career niya. Okay? Now, pinakabilog vowels niyo? How many vowels?
5.
Anong vowels? Okay, what is the formation of A? What is the initial sound of A? A. A? Anong sound? A. Okay. E? I? E. O? U? Okay, so which means, simple lang siya kang teknika. When you talk, there are a lot of people who have speech defects because they underestimated the power of the vowels. A, Ang bilaya? A. E, O, U, So which means, ang tanan ng words na may A, hindi articulate mo bitya Okay. Hello? Hello? O, di na ang tsakta. Hello? Hello? Tsakto ba itong hello? Pero, hello? Okay. Hello? Anybody home? Mom, I'm home. Where are you? I've got a surprise for you. Oh, hello, darling. How's school? What is your surprise for me? Yeah, before I tell you, let me have my condition first. Ano ito din ang A, din ang E. Let me have my condition first. You should treat me tonight and buy me my favorite toy. Do we have a deal? Do I have a choice? Okay, close your eyes. Ta-da! Here's my report card. Oh, darling, I'm so proud of you. English, 95, Filipino, 95, Social Studies, 95, Science, 95, Technology, 95, 95. Oh, darling, I'm really very proud of you. So, tanang mga O, tanang mga A, tanang mga E, nagaguluwa. Hello? Anybody home? Mom, I'm home. Where are you? Got surprise for you. Oh, hello, darling. How's it going? So dapat yan, tanan mo ginagiyo, tanan mo ginahambal, nag-demonstrate sa actuality sa imong dapat ang balon. Okay. Now, in the office, kring! Diba? Now, last na ni. Kring! Ano na? Kring!
luxmanglobalworksinc Corporation, how can I help you?
Hello,
Dali! Kring!
hello, good morning, Luxman Corporation.
Programa? Hello!
Luxman. Is this?
Hello! Kring!
Hello, Luxman Corporation.
Kring!
This is
Kring!
Hello, this is Luxman Corporation.
Kring!
Hello, good morning. How can I help you?
Okay. Kring!
Hello, good morning. This is Luxman Corporation. How can we help you?
Kring!
Hello, good morning. This is Luxman Government Corporation. How can I help?
Ayun ka! Ikaw, 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 ba, anak ko?
Hello, good morning.
morning, this is Luxman Corporation. How may
Sino niya?
Hello, good morning. How can I help you?
Hello, good morning. This is Luxman Corporation. How can I help you?
Hello, good morning. How can I help you?
Good morning, how can I help?
Okay, great.
Hello, good morning. This is Luxman. How can I help you?
Okay. How can I help me? Okay, hello Luxman, how can I help me? Okay. Mag-ring ka ng telepono, hindi na kalabuton, tatlo ka rin. Kaya ang professional way of dealing with telephone, kag mabalaan na ang inyong Luxman is really a good company twice. 2 rings. Pero kung pwede nyo matambot ng 1 ring pa lang, go. Okay, 4 liners. Kung naka-good morning, nananig naman hello. Kung naka-hello, nananig naman good morning. Okay, pagkatapos, name of the company. Luxman Globals. Tapos, number 3, ngalan mo. And then number 4, how may I help you? Okay. Good afternoon, Luxman Global. This is Wayne. How may I help you? Dapat smiling words. Hindi sila nga, hello, Luxman. This is Wayne. How may I help you? Kita mo na ito kung trampi mo. Bala ako sa intonation. Hello, good morning. This is Global. How may I help you? Siyempre na daw, nag-istorya ka na, diba? Conversational ginamin ko. Good morning, Luxman Global. This is Weng. How may I help you? Practicein nyo, kaysa isaw na kamo. Okay. Dapat smiling word and confident. Kita mo na mabalaan na nagahigda. Kaya mo yung sabat sa telepono.
Hello, Luxman Globalworksinc Corporation. I am Steph. How can I help you?
Very good. Okay.
Good morning.
This is
How may I help you?
okay.
Good morning. Luxman Globalworksinc Incorporated. This is Sheena Marie speaking. How may I help you?
Okay.
Hello, this is Luxman Lilies. How may I help you?
Susubukan ito ba? Bayaan ka? Good morning, Luxman. How may I help you? Smile.
Good morning. This is Luxman Global Works.
Good morning, Luxman Corporated. This is Rafael Gibayron Jr. How can I help you?
Okay.
Hello, this is Luxman Corporation. This is Christian Joyce Lisa and
How may I help you?
How can I help you?
Hello, good morning. This is Luxman Global Works. This is James. How can I help you?
Good morning, this is Luxman Corporation. This is Carl. How can I help you?
Okay, good.
Hello, Luxman Corporation.
This is?
This is Romeline. How may I help you?
Okay, good. Next.
Hello, Luxman Corporation. This is speaking. How may I help you?
Good.
hello, good morning. This is Luxman. I am Julian. How can I help you?
Good morning, Luxman Corporation. This is Alvin, how may I help you?
Okay, very good. Great.
Hello, this is Luxman. This is Stephanie. How can I help you?
Come here. That Tom yun. Great.
Hello, good morning. Thank you for
Luxman?
calling Luxman, and this is Jeffrey. How can I help you?
Okay, come here, Nego. Great.
Hello, this is
Good morning.
Hello, good morning. This is Stan. How may I help you?
Laxman, nanay. Good morning. Laxman, go.
Hello, good morning.
Laxman, for global.
Luxman Global Works Incorporated.
This is?
This is Stan. Yes. How may I help you?
Yan. Okay, very good. Now, my dear, all of these things, if you combine this in one regular workplace environment, I know you will learn to thrive. You will learn to appreciate each other. Get rid of the petty and domestic arguments in the office because that is just natural. All you have to do is to adjust, and all you have to do is just be a little bit resilient with all the challenges inside the workplace. Wala ka mo sang dapat i-personal diri. If it is a job, do your job. If it is an operational procedure, let the operations and administration do their work. Nung kay kamo sa sumbut-sumbut ko nakigan kamo in the first place nga nang ubra kamo di. And then ang pinaka lang dyan is loyalty. If you can handle and give your loyalty in 6 months, give it to last month. If you cannot handle the loyalty in 6 months, then you please siya i-chapto. Because there are a lot of people waiting for your slot in last month. But I am not telling you, and I am not encouraging you to do that as early time soon. Because I think for you to really prove to yourself that you have gained something, you have learned something, and you have earned something, give it a try and bring out the best of your company. Okay? Now, Dave, can you open please the last, i-forward to kami ng mga slides, ang mga slides ganit. Okay.
Just a minute.
Ang last mga slide, ang
ulit.
May cover, ma'am.
Wala.
Ulit.
Sige pa, Dave. Lalo, towards the end. Ay, dili na. 52. Okay. My dear, I just would like to end my lecture with this i-prepare mo na lang tayo ng video din. Ipagawa na lang ang video, Anay. Ang video na lang. Okay. This is one of my best. Dino sila ng to? Dululong kami sila iye. Hindi ano pag i-play. They have to be here. I hope, my dear, that you will a little bit. Kita mo na nga kung sa Bisaya pang istorya is mangingin kasangga kamo lang balasang laksman samtang nag-start sila. While it is very acceptable na nagambang iban for experience lang, iway ka na may memo. They just would like to learn experience from the company. It's okay. Basta ang importante ng is you work together as a team while you're here. Okay. Nothing will change unless you change. So my lecture this morning is nonsense and wala plus kung hindi nyo man pagamiton ang tools na ginatag ko sa inyo. The things that I discuss are tools. Depende sa inyo if you're going to use it or not going to use it. So this is a very powerful video that makes me realize that nothing will really change if I will not change myself. You play it, please. May sound siya.
One of the great lessons of life is that nothing will change unless you change. Nothing will get better unless you get better. It's not about circumstance. It's not about luck. We all get the good and the bad. We all get the challenging events that arrive in our life. That's a normal part of being human. I'm talking about what you choose to do with those circumstances. If you were waiting for the economy to change, if you're waiting for your paycheck to change, waiting for your relationship to change, waiting for something to change, nothing will change. If you want change, you must change. When you change, everything will change for you. If you want better,
if you want to change. Nothing will happen if you will not really change. Very simple as that. Okay? Now, can you give me the last slide, Dave? Now, I would like to end my lecture with this template about summarizing everything. That all of us can actually do everything, but not all at once. We can do everything if it's important enough for all of us to do. And we can do everything, but we may not be the best at everything. And we can do everything, but there will be limitations actually. And we can do everything, but you need to help. And that is the reason why you are working as a team, because you need one another. One cannot survive without the other in the operation of Luxman. Understand? So while you are here, what I am appealing to you is just be the best employee you can be. Para madala nyo magwa ka mo. Understand?
Yes.
Okay. So, I would like to say thank you to Med for all the coordination that you made, for consistently talking to me, to Mr. Suzuki, who really asked my presence yesterday and discussed the things that he wants for all of us to discuss this morning. Please support him because he is new in the city. He doesn't exactly know the kind of culture we Filipinos have because the Japanese workers are very hardworking. Ang nag-ubra sa airport, Japanese. Ang nag-ubra sa pinaka-roads dito sa Iloilo, Japanese. And they really do it with quality. They exactly don't know kung anong kita mag-ubra sa Filipinos. Amo na nga kalaway nga mag-abot dito sa ang Japan, magabas ng mga Filipino, hindi kalaway. So gatinguha man siya nga mag-adapt sa culture sa Pinoy, sa Ilonggo in particular. But please do not give an impression to Japan that we are not good workers. May ara na sila evaluation, ito kalaway sa Iloilo kung amo ng impression. Okay? And I just appreciate so much that Luxman gave it a try. And for recognizing that a training like this is not only important but very vital to the operation. Okay? So I hope that there will really be change starting tomorrow. Learn to respect each other. That's the key word. Learn to love each other. That's the key word. It is nothing personal in here. It's more professional. Understand?
Yes.
Okay. So let's give ourselves a big round of applause for a... for your keen attention, for listening to me, even if I do notice sometimes that some would resist, but I hope that you finally realize now that you really have to reconsider growing. Okay? Thank you and good afternoon. Now, I would like to... Sir, Suzuki, would you like to say something? Let's give you a So try to help him. Good day, mo.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
You're welcome.
I think very good speaker. We chose. Our target is luxmanglobalworksinc, more growing up, the more big companies. We need good quality staffs. I hope you also by yourself growing up for yourself, for your life, and for company. That's my goal. I hope longer connect these companies. Work together. Our target is same target. よろしくお願いします。
See, this is a very promising company. I think this will make big if you will all work together. a placement in Japan. May tendency, pag ka mong namin, pag ka mo, pwede ka mong kapadto dito. Pamangkot siya gani kagawin ko namang kakapadto na ko sa Japan. Sili ko gusto-gusto ko, pero hindi ko pa masarangan. See? Hindi mo makuha ang imo ultimate goal kung wala kang pasensya. I tell you. You can earn and you can ask any price of your head if you have mastered everything. Pagbantahan nyo lang anay, kay gasaka ka mo amat-amat. Okay? Can I ask a picture of you? Dili siguro, tindog na lang kamo dili. Dili siguro. Luxman will be able to establish a familial and a community that respect each other and love each other. This we ask through Christ our Lord. Amen. Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Amen.